Woo goals, woody, woody, woody. We up in this bitch, ready to play some goddamn hockey. Goddamn hockey. Lawrence wants to wear home jerseys for this game because I don't know why. Turkey wants to wear all jerseys. Alright, sorry, bud, you can't wear those jerseys. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? You ready for some hockey? Ready for the hockey? Make up progression. Let's go to making up the progressions. You gotta make up the progression. Raise that draft stock. Florence and the Finns. Leonhardt going against the Young. Alright, here we go. First face off of the day. Lysander Conrad. Conrad wins it back to Gusberg. Gusberg gets hit off the puck stolen by McGinley. McGinley brings it down. Spins back to Heaney. Across the Lysander in front to Hume, but Hume gets bumped right before he gets the shot off. Guggesberg brings it in Turku zone. He gets hit off the puck, taken away by McGinley. McGinley up to Lysander. Lysander over to Hume. Hume gets rocked into the boards. JQ gives it over to Chess. Chess goes over to Raymond. Raymond in the corner, pass it out. Save made by Young. Hume has it. Gives it over to Lysander. Lysander tries to go across as one's intercepted by Raymond, and Raymond brings it in the Turku zone. Cuts to the middle of the ice, takes the shot glove, saved by Young. He will cover. Who did a prediction? Who is doing that right now? Mr. Chewy. Just shit out of here. We don't do predictions. Young makes the save. He passed it out to Heaney. You're going to make somebody spend all their points. You're not going to be able to do makeup progressions. I did predictions 2 weeks ago at the very last game before I went on vacation. We don't do predictions all the time. There's not enough people in here for predictions anyway. There's only 14 viewers. We lost all our peeps. Nobody wants to watch hockey anymore. Escola goes over to Stahl down the puck. Puck takes a shot. Save made by Lionheart, goes into the corner. Anderson has it back, goes out in front of Wills. Wills gets poke checked and then gets tripped up. And Turku's going to go on the power play. Yeah, you can do checks versus Florida. But, like I said, nah, we didn't even get over 30 viewers yesterday. Ramczyk has it in, he dumps it all the way down. Heaney started up the ice, he goes over to Hume. Hume dangles his way in, gets poke checked by Benz, and Benz is going to clear it all the way down the ice. Heaney back for it. Goes over to Gorstriker, across to Hume. Hume dangles, cuts back and stops, takes the shot. That one's blocked. What are you on, Chewy? Are you on the creator dashboard for goals? Are you able to do it from being a moderator? Ah, gotcha. Harris goes over to Lysander. Predictions, basically you spend the Twitch points that you have on... It's basically gambling on which side you want to win. Benz takes a shot, save made by Young. Now it goes over to Gorstriker, so all the points that you put in, if you lose, then you lose all them points. But if you win, you get everybody to bet the other side. Wills in the corner. Passes it behind the net to Escola. Escola back out the Wills, save made by Lionheart. And she's going to cover. Diddle, Ray Bob Diddle. Kachuk goes back over to JQ. JQ over to Bo Diddle. Bo Diddle takes a shot, save made by Young. He's going to cover. Goes out in front. Pass cannot be handled by Raymond. Raymond checked by Lemino. That's all up to you, man. Win enough to make it worth it. Stall, board played. Kick down. Battle for it along the boards. Pops out. Chester Chess has it. He gets poke checked. Now he's board played again. That one's kicked out again. Now Guggisberg over to Raymond. Raymond can't get the shot off. Stall now has it for Turku as he dumps it in over to Guggisberg in the corner. Guggisberg goes behind his own net. Pass over to JQ. JQ goes back. It's poke checked. Barons has it. Kicks it down low. Pac has it. Well, I mean, you've got to figure there's some people who have like 100,000 points. So if they really wanted to make it worth everybody's while, they could put 100,000 on each side. And then somebody could make up from week 9 all the way down to preseason if they win it. Goes over to Vasquez. Vasquez takes a shot. That's deflected and a glove saved by Young. Gets poke check, goes right to Webster. Webster to Gore Striker. Save, rebound, another save made by Leonhardt. Harris has it. Passes it out in front. That one's poke checked away. Vasquez over to Lidstrom. Stops. Cuts to the middle of the ice. Takes a shot. Save made by Young. Wins it back to Bender over Lidstrom. Lidstrom gets poke check, goes to Harris. Harris to Lee. Lee brings it in, cuts over to Gorstriker, takes a shot, and he puts it through the 5-hole. Turku takes a 1-0 lead with 7.6 seconds left to go. Schvetz goes over to Gorstriker and over to Webster. 3 seconds left. Webster spins back. It's board played, and that's how the period's going to end. Turku at 1-0 after 1. Shots are 10-5 in favor of Florence. Hits are 2 apiece. Time on attack 207 to 141 for Florence. Passing is 87 to 85 for Turku. Face off 7-2 for Florence, and Florence took the only penalty. Turku did not capitalize. No puking allowed, Dante. No puking allowed. Guggisberg over to Chess. Chess gets poke check. Hume takes it away. Hume in the corner. Waiting for his team, but team didn't come in time. Chess gives it over to Raymond. Goes over, takes a shot. That one's blocked. I puked on vacation. Got too drunk. There's no bueno. Lysander steals. He gets poke checked by Conrad. Conrad in. Against his former team. Spins back, goes over to Guggisberg, back to Chess. Chess gets stick lifted. McGinley now has it. Goes over to Hume. Hume gets board played. And it's going to be a holding call. Turku going back on the power play. Tries to clear it. That one's deflected off a Turku player. Bryson gets smashed into the boards. Cops out right in front. Lionheart makes the save. One back, Heaney, Harris, Wills, back to Escola. Takes a shot, that one's blocked. Escola takes another shot, that's blocked again. Anderson takes a shot. Save. Wills back to Harris. Harris across to Anderson. All the way over to Wills, back to Heaney. Heaney gonna get poke checked and taken away by Guggisberg, who sends it all the way down the ice. Wills has it in the corner, pass over to Anderson. Anderson to Escola. 50 seconds to go on the power play. Cuts the middle, goes over to Wills, takes a shot, misses the wide, and pays the price. That one's passed back to Heaney. Heaney loses the puck, and it's cleared all the way down the ice. Harris has it. Over to Wills. Wills to Escola. Escola gets it in the zone. He's going to take the shot. That one's blocked. Guggisberg clears it all the way down. That's going to do it for the power play. 2 for 2 on the PK is Florence this game. Still down in the scoreboard, though. Goes over to Raymond. Raymond up to Kachuk. Kachuk over to Garvey. Garvey gets taken away by Harris, and Anderson going back the other way. Anderson tries to pass across. That one's deflected. Anderson gets it back, goes over to Escola. Escola back to Anderson. Gets poke checked and out to Raymond. Rain up along the boards. Stops. Dumps it in around the board. Heaney and Conrad are battling for the puck. Escola comes in for the help. He's able to pass over to Anderson. Now goes over to Harris. Harris to Anderson. Anderson over to Escola. Escola back to Anderson. Takes a shot. Save made by Leonhardt. Leonhardt's going to cover. Takes a shot, save made by Leonhardt again. Oh, Leonhardt throws it out too. Going over to Bryson. Bryson gets hit into the boards. Hume steals. Goes over to McGinley. McGinley board played. Kicks it up. And now it's at center ice. Lysander's there for the puck. Turns with it, brings it into the Florence zone. Cuts to the middle of the ice. Goes across Leonhardt with a big one-timer save. Chocolate milk sounds so good right now. Idaho. Across the Chico. Chico back over to Bryson. Stall board played. Idaho comes away with it, and he gets poke check, goes over to Pock to Hume. Hume to McGinley. McGinley across, and that's going to be a slashing call. Turku's going to get their third power play of the game. Gorestriker goes over to Webster. Webster to Hume. Hume back to Webster. Takes a shot. Save. Rebound. Leon Hart makes a great save. Webster to Gorestriker. Gorestriker gets poke check. Ramczyk has it. He's able to clear it all the way down the ice. Schvetz has it. Goes over to Hume. Hume brings it in. He dodges the hit. Tim all alone. Takes a shot. Save made by Leonhardt. That one goes just wide. Webster has it. Takes a shot. Save made by Leonhardt. Hume has the wide open net after the rebound and puts it in the back. Make this a 2-goal game. Webster and Lysander on the assists. A shitty bounce. That's all it took. Conrad wins it back to Guggesberg. Guggesberg over to Conrad. Conrad to Raymond. Raymond's all alone. And Young squeezes his legs before the puck's able to go through.
12 minutes, 39 seconds.
Your Florence is what matchup you wanted out here. Line 4 against line 1. See if the hell it works out for him. Lemino gives it over to Pendlebury. Pendlebury dumps it in. Q starting up the ice with it. Pass over to Chess. Chess brings it in the zone. He gets poke check. Pak takes it away. Pak gives it over Lemino. Lemino dumps it right back in the zone. Looks like they're playing the dump and chase game. Conrad pass over to Raymond. Raymond brings it in the zone. He gets hit off the puck. Stahl then gets hit off the puck. Chess has it in the corner. Pass it across and they score! Bo Diddle waiting for the puck. Won the pass by Chester Chess. They're now within 1. Cross crease. They're keeping the 4th line out there against Florence's 2nd line now. Didn't work out for him so far. Let's see how it keeps going. Barons goes over to Pendlebury. Pendlebury out in front. That's deflected away, taken away by Guggesberg. Guggesberg pass over to Bo Diddle. Bo Diddle cuts to the middle of the ice, takes a shot glove save by Josh Young, and he's going to cover it. Tosvig goes over to Gorestriker. Back to Ray Bob. Bo can't get the shot off. He does get the poke check though. Bo has it back. Goes back to Benz. Benz to Garvey. Misses the net. One back. Gorestriker had it. He gets hit off the puck though. And now it goes over to Webster. 1 minute to go here in the second. T-Benz takes it away. 27 seconds. Pass over to Garvey. Garvey goes over to Vasquez. Vasquez gives it up to Clausen. Clausen spins back. Passes it back to Benz. Benz takes a shot. That one's blocked. And that's how the period's going to end. 2-1. After 2. Turku leading this one. After a power play goal. Shots are 12-11 for Florence. Hits are 4 apiece. Time on attack is 320 to 332 for Turku. Passing is 92 to 89 for Florence. Face-offs 12 to 8 for Florence. Penalty minutes 3 power plays for Turku, 0 for Florence. Hey! Thanks for the 100 biddies. At Boomer Phillips getting his joining late makeup progression. Congratulations. Very much appreciated for the 100 bits, bud. Chess bringing it down. Into the corner, goes over Raymond. Raymond goes behind the net. Passes it back to Guggesberg. Guggesberg down low to Raymond. Raymond gets bumped off the puck, and now it's Heaney over to Lysander. Lysander cuts the middle, takes a shot, save, rebound was there, gets knocked to the corner. Goes back over to Guggesberg. Guggesberg brings it in, goes over to Chess. Chess cuts the middle, no, passes back to Raymond. Raymond passes to Conrad. Conrad spins, back to Guggesberg, go over to Chess, back to Conrad, takes a shot, that one's blocked. Hume takes that one away. There you go. You got Tim Hortons. Goes over to Raymond. Raymond takes a shot, save made by Young, goes in the corner. Chess has it. Pass right out the bow, diddle, but he gets hit off the puck, and now it's Anderson. You know, I've never had that happen to me. I've never been like in a drive-thru and like had the person in front of me pay for me or anything. In the corner, pass out in front of Bo. Bo takes a shot, the rebound. No, Josh Young jumps on top of it. Yeah, no. Good old Tim Hortons. I've never been there because I've only been to Canada once. Oh, is Hume injured? No, he's okay. He's on the bench. Tie up. Kachuk across the Raybaugh, back to Kachuk, but that one's poke checked away. Gone has it. Over there, Ramseychek. Ramseychek takes a shot. That one's intercepted by Stahl. Goes into the corner. And now it's Escola. Escola across the Puck. Puck gets poke check, goes to the other corner. And now he gives it over to Anderson. Raybaugh gets poke checked, and Raybaugh gets it back. Goes over to Bryson. Now over to Kachuk. Kachuk takes the shot. He snipes it in the back of the net. The owner getting it done for his team. It's all tied up now. Swag with the +1. 10 bits to have Krieg do a hot tub stream. I don't even have a hot tub. I need a lot more than 10 bits to get a hot tub, bud. How much does a hot tub cost? Like $2,500? Sheesh.
Firebird's goal, scored by number 16, assisted by number 4, and by number
Inflatable one.
Time of the goal, 7
Gone goes over to Chico.
3 seconds.
Pac to Webster. Webster to Gore Striker takes a shot, save, a rebound. They get it right back, and Turku takes the lead with a Wyatt Harris goal. Rebound, second rebound goal for Turku. There's Tim's in PA where? There ain't none in Philly.
And by number 37, time of the goal, 8 minutes, 30 seconds.
Gotta be in Pittsburgh. It's gotta be the ones in Pittsburgh where they say yins. Bryson goes over, Ramseychek, Gore Striker steals it back. Gonna take the shot save made by Leonhardt, and Leonhardt jumps on the rebound. Yins. Why do they say yins? I don't know. Yep. Don't worry, I live nowhere near any of those. I mean, Allentown I could go to, because that's where the Phantoms play. But that's like a 2-hour drive. Clausen bringing it in, goes over to Vasquez. Vasquez takes a shot, that one's blocked. Lee almost puts it in his own net. Guy Clausen giving him trouble. Behrens is able to get it out of the zone though. Behrens cuts the middle, poke check, taken away. Vasquez going back the other way. Vasquez dumps it in. Race for the puck. Lee has it. Guy sticks it, lifts him, goes over right to Vasquez. Young makes the glove save and passes it out to Tosfig. Nope. Don't live near any of those. Behrens gets poke checked and goes to the side of the net. T-Benz goes behind his own net. Starts up the ice with it. 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go. That's actually quite a bit though. Clausen goes over Lidstrom. Now it's Lemino. Board played. Wills comes in for the help. Wills has it. Skates back into his own zone. Gives it over to Lee. Lee gets poke check. Goes over Lemino. Lemino across to Behrens, who's quickly board played. Wills comes in for his help. And now gets poke checked in their own zone. Lee's back for it. He's board played. He kicks it up. Intercepted there. Now Escola comes in for the help. Gives it over to Lemino. Lemino long past to Wills. Wills across to Escola. Escola takes a shot save made by Leonhardt. 2:53 left to here in the third. God damn. A 100 locations? Jesus. Guggisburg. It's probably more than all of Canada. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, that's 300. Chess bringing it down. Goes into the corner. Stops, cuts back, gives it over to JQ. JQ back to Guggisburg, across to Raymond, who gets stick lifted. Wills goes over to Escola. 1:20 to go. About to hit that 1 minute mark and see the goalie pulled for Florence.
Last minute of play.
He gets poke checked. Goes to Guggisburg. Guggisburg spins out the corner. McGinley steals that one. He's having trouble. JQ and Escola are battling. Escola E-rate pass and Conrad intercepts. Raymond brings it up. They pull the goalie. They can't get it into the zone. Guggisburg has to go back for it. Now Raymond back to Conrad. Conrad to JQ. Gives it over to Raymond. Raymond gets poke check. He gets it back. He gets stick lifted battle. Raymond gives it down low to Gaunt. Gaunt right out in front of the Conrad. Save made by Young. Conrad has it in the corner. He kicks it down low. No Florence players are there though. Gets it over to Schetz. Schetz takes a shot at the empty net. Misses it. 17 seconds to go. Guggisburg has it. Pass over to Raymond. Raymond brings it in the Turku zone. Pass across. Going with a slap shot. Heaney made the save, and the goalie was doing a desperation save. That might have been a goal. Not sure though. Going passes it back to Chico. Chico gets poke checked. And that's how it's going to end. Swag is Victor Fleury. Your third starter was Webster with 2 assists. Second starter was Borstreicher with 1 goal, 1 assist. 17 to 16 shots for Florence, 6 to 5 hits Turku. First starter was Wyatt Harris with a game-winning goal. Faceoffs were 15 to 11. 1 for 3 on the power play for Turku. No power play opportunities for Florence. There is a thing that I would like to see first before I go to this next game. This play right here. I do believe this was going to go in the back of the net. Because I'm pretty sure when he passed this puck over, he went for the one-timer. And if that wouldn't have hit him, that was going top shelf. That was going over here. And the goalie, yeah, he was going for the high glove. And I'm pretty sure that would have went in. So, who was that? Heaney saved the tying game goal. Just wanted to see that. Because I knew he made like a desperation save. He was sliding to the left. Shot it to the right. Good job, Heaney. I don't know what their losing streak was at for Turku, but they broke it. Oh. I wasn't paying attention Monday. Oh, Turku's back in the playoffs. That means they're coming back. We got Las Vegas going against Albuquerque here in the next game. Can Vegas win? Who knows? Find out today. Right here on Goals TV. Their losing streak is at least at 2. I don't know any more than that because they lost to Jacksonville twice. Yeah, Rab, you beat them. You should know it's 2. Go look at the damn standings page, bud. Why am I gonna be your person? You have the access too, mister. Vegas is on a 3-game losing streak. Albuquerque is on a 2-game losing streak. Florence is now on an 8-game losing streak. You got the power! Yeah. Damn, dude. Stonewall going up against Christian Bacigalupi. Game, set, match. Here we go. Game number 2 on the way. Listen, Albuquerque, all you have to do is shut out Vegas and you're good to go. It's the key to victory. Fowler has it. Brings it in the Las Vegas zone. Cuts to the corner, passes it back right to Victor Davis. Victor Davis goes over to Fleury. Fleury brings it in the zone. He gets poke check taken away by Kamenev. Never mind, he gets it right back. Goes over to Victor Davis, who breaks his stick, and Bacigalupi has to make a weird save. And now Kamenev brings it up the ice. He's going to get killed by Eric Davis as usual. Eric Davis brings it in. He can't get the shot off though, but Bacigalupi is going to play it out to Fowler. Gives it over to Kamenev. Kamenev puts it up the right side this time to avoid Eric Davis. Good block shot there by Eric Davis. Victor Davis brings it in. Takes a shot. That one's blocked. Constantine has it. Gives it over to Andrew Green, who gives it over to James Jr. James Jr. brings it in. Back to Andrew Green, who takes a shot. Goes on top of the net. It almost went up and over, but Stonewall is going to cover this one. Andrew Green and Denabola. So one over to Hudson. Hudson up to Higgins. Higgins takes the shot. He snipes it right in the back of the net. Puts Vegas up 1-0 here. Boom. Just like that, Higgins. Getting Higgy with it. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Goal scored by number 7, assisted by number 18, and by number
Higgins' assistant was Hudson and Denabola.
36 seconds.
Vegas right back in the zone, gives it over to Denabola. Denabola back to Storm with a big slap shot. That one's blocked. Green gives it over to Harper. Now Hudson with the interception. Takes the shot. That one's blocked. Goes to the corner. Molyneux. Molyneux board played. Comes out. Higgins. Across to Hudson. Goes over to Storm with a big clapper. And Bacigalupi makes the save. Matt, you're blocked for having a broken toe. How about that? While it was over Storm. Storm takes a shot save made by Bacigalupi and he jumps on the rebound. Tied up. Falco comes away, goes across, and Ackles puts it in the back of the net after the face-off win. Just like that, it's now 2-0. Buck Wild. What other sim league are you losing in?
Las Vegas goal scored by number 19, assisted by number 10.
Falco bringing it down. He gets hit into the boards. Now Dover.
17 seconds.
Dover bounces off the ice, goes over to Green. Green goes behind the net and starts up the ice. Now he's board played. Falco comes away with it, takes a shot, he misses that line. Alejandro board played. McAllister comes in for the help. Now it's Wild. Still has it. He's board played yet again. McAllister now has it. And they start up the ice. Takes the shot. That one goes over the net. Matt Green has it behind the net. Spins into the corner. Passes it all the way back to McAllister. McAllister can't hang on to it as Wild steals. Tries to take the shot. That one's blocked. McAllister has it again. Now goes across Henderson. Back to Alejandro. Now it's a Low. Low takes a shot, save made by Stonewall. He's going to cover. One back to Eric Davis. Eric Davis is battling. Yeah, Kamenev. You already got killed by Eric Davis too. He killed you already. Off the puck, Henderson takes it away. Jugs is battling. Can't find much room as he gives it over to Levy. Levy then taken away by Constantine. Constantine to Duncan. Duncan to Jugs. Jugs then gets poke checked. Eric Davis steals, gives it over to Busick. He gets poke checked. Busick has it out in front. Bachikalupi gonna jump on it, gives it over to Constantine. Constantine then gets taken away by Busick. Pops out. Constantine is battling with like 3 players. Finally, Fowler comes in for the help. He starts up the ice, gets it in the zone. He gets poke checked by Storm. Kamenev has it behind the net. He gets taken over by Storm. Or she, I should say. Nah, you're in. Eric Davis didn't kill you that hard yet. Goes out in front. The mono save made by Bachikalupi. Sorry if I'm not talking as much. I'm trying to order Taco Bell. Sakic has it. Tries to cut to the middle, doesn't. Molyneux takes that one away.
Last minute of play in the first period.
They're board played. Hudson comes away with it, gets it over to Higgins, and Higgins puts one in it again. We're getting Higgy with it. No. No.
Vegas goal scored by number 7, assisted by number 18, and by number 16.
Another save by Bachikalupi as the first period's winding down. Levy steals, goes over to Henderson, who takes the last shot. Save made by Bachkalupi. And that's going to do it.
To be alert at all times in our seating area. Even with enhanced safety measures, there are moments when a puck can be propelled into the spectating area with enough force to cause injury. So please stay alert at all times when the game is in play.
Brandon Silver, Collins C64, thanks for the follows. Sorry, I didn't see that earlier. Shots are 7-2 in favor of Las Vegas. Hits are 3-1 for Las Vegas. Time on attack is 232 to 113 for Las Vegas. Passing 9 to 188 for Las Vegas. Face off 6-4 for Las Vegas. No penalties. Fleury bringing it up the ice. Fowler has it. Usyk, goddamn, Fowler got killed. Man, Vegas ain't playing around right now. Pass over to Constantine. Constantine over to James Jr. James Jr. brings it in. Along the boards, cuts back, gives it over to Fowler. Fowler can't hang on to it. Busick going off on a breakaway. Here goes Billy Busick. Dangles, takes a shot. Save, but James puts it in his own net. And it's 4-0. James said, here, buddy, I got the rebound for you. James Jr. playing for the wrong team. What a save by Bachkalupi, though, on this breakaway. And James is like, here you go, bud. It was supposed to go in the net. Oh, and they're taking Bachkalupi out even though it wasn't his fault. Sports Stats is coming into the game. One back there, Davis, now Britton. Over to Higgins.
2 minutes, 4 seconds.
Higgins gets the poke check, taken away by Fowler. Fowler then gets poke check, goes back to James Jr. Long pass over to Duncan. Duncan takes a shot. That one's deflected out of play. Storm has it. Passes it behind his net to Hudson. Hudson to Molyneux. Long pass over to Higgins. Higgins goes over to Molyneux, takes a shot. Save made by Stats. He's in a cover. There's Stats in the chat. Goes over to Sakic. Sakic, long pass over to Harper. Harper to Green. Green takes a shot. Save made by Stonewall. No rebound, but Albuquerque's going to get the first power play of the game for an interference call. Green one's back to Hunt. Hunt takes a shot. He misses the net wide. It's in the corner. Green's there for it. She passes it over to Harper. Harper across to Cozy. Cozy takes a shot. That one's blocked. That's along the boards. Levy bringing it up the ice. He dumps it in. Hunt's there for it. He gets hit off the puck. Green goes over to Cozy. Cozy brings it in the zone. Cuts the middle. Gives it over to Harper. Harper takes a shot. That one's blocked. Now it's Levy in the corner. Dumps it all the way down the ice. Hunt goes over to Cozy. Cozy all the way across the green. Green gets bumped off the puck. He gets it back. Brings it in the zone. Stops. Passes it back to Hunt. Hunt takes a shot. Save made by Stonewall. He's going to cover. Oh. One back to Gulch. Gulch takes a shot. Glove save made by Stonewall. He's going to cover. Albuquerque only needs one. Back to Gulch to James Jr. Takes a shot. Save made by Stonewall again. Goes to the corner. Storm. Storm dumps it all the way down. And it's taken right back by Gulch. Gulch brings it right back in the Las Vegas zone. Power play almost over. Kamenev has it down low. Tries to pass it out in front. Intercepted by Stonewall. He will cover. 1 second on the power play. Time for one draw. One back to Gulch. Gulch with a slap shot. Missing that. Duncan had the rebound, but what was he doing? Duncan, you had a goal, bud. It's a tie up. Britton comes in for it. Cozy steals. Cozy can't get a shot off. He gets it back to Fowler. Fowler goes across the Constantine out of Harper. Harper takes a shot. Save made by Stonewall's in the corner. Busic's a board played. Now Fleury has it. Fleury to Victor Davis. Takes a shot. He snipes it in the back of the net. And now it's 5-0. Unassisted.
Vegas goal, scored by number 40. Time of the goal, 8 minutes, 52 seconds.
Dick Davis has it in the corner, comes out, gives it over to Busic. Busic gets bumped. Now it's low. Low to Matt Green. Matt Green takes a shot, that one's blocked by Doug Britton. Doug spins back, board played. Pops out, Matt Green has it in the corner, pass out in front, but Eric Davis with the intercept. Sean. Fleury has it. He gets poke check, goes to the boards. Fleury has it again, he's board played, he kicks it behind the net. There's Molyneux. Molyneux passes it out in front, save made, rebound was there. That one was deflected, goes wide. Matt Green bringing it up the ice. Hudson Earl takes a shot, goes just wide. Matt Green gets it back. He gets hit off the puck. He gets hit again. That's going to be a penalty. Can't be hitting people twice. It doesn't work like that. As Vegas touches. Albuquerque needs to get a goal here just to break the SO.
Vegas penalty to number 18.
And it's quickly dumped all the way down the ice.
Time of the penalty, 12 minutes, 57 seconds.
Bend over, goes over to Bailey Harper. Bailey Harper brings it in, gets poke check, has it along the boards, passes it back to Dover. Dover all alone, Dangles takes a shot, save made by Stone. The D-man trying to show off his moves, it just doesn't quite work out. Denabola steals, passes it up the ice. Hunt's there for it. Hunt to Harper. Harper over to Cozy. Cozy to Green. Green cuts the middle, gets poke check, then a ball steals, and clears it all the way down the ice. Hunt has it. Goes over to Green, now up to Harper. Harper has a step. Harper stops, pass it across off the post. What a play by Bailey Harper, but it doesn't go. Harper gets it back, but snipes it herself. And it's 5-1 now. You got pulled, Mr. Bacigalupi. Posey and Green with the assist. You got pulled after your own team scored on you. Taking steals, going for the hat trick, but gets hit, and the puck's still sitting there. Bo Sakic is there for it. Passes it in on Stats, and Stats jumps in the net and covers. That's a goal. That would have been the second own goal. It should have been an own goal because he put it in himself in that goal. That's definitely a goal. Am I wrong? The puck is there. Bounces off the post. Comes back out. He misses it. That's that's a goal, buds. Look at that. I think that's in the net there. It's still sitting there. It's still in there. And they're like, nah, man, nah, it's fine. No, that's fine. Goes over Levy back, intercepted by James Jr. Takes a shot, save made by Stonewall. Kamenev, back to Sakic. Sakic over to James Jr. Turns, tries to get the shot, intercepted by Kiesling. Now it's Eric Davis. Gives it up to Henderson. Big hit there. Goes over to Levy. Levy goes over to Britton. Britton goes to Kiesling. Kiesling back across to Henderson, who takes a shot. That one's blocked. Sakic has it now. Levy gets hit off the puck, goes down low. Gulch is there for Duncan. Duncan across to Jugs. Jugs back across to Sakic. Sakic loses the puck to Levy. Levy then loses the puck to Gulch, and Gulch gets it over Flint. Refs missed it. Shit was in the back of the net for like 2 minutes. Victor Davis goes over to Britton. Britton gets poke checked. Fowler gives it over to Flint. Earl Flint bringing it up the ice. He gets bumped, still has it. Takes the shot. That one goes over the net, and that's how the second period is going to end 5-1 for Vegas. Still have one more period to go, guys. Shots are 12-10 for Vegas. Hits are 9-3 for Vegas. Time of attack is 4-12 to 3-3-3 for Vegas. Pacing is 86-90 for Albuquerque. Faceoffs 14-9 for Vegas. Vegas took 2 penalties and Albuquerque went 1 for 2 on them. Duncan right in the zone, takes the shot. That sails over the net. Britton has it. It's going to be a huge fight after that huge hit. Number 9 is injured. Who's that? Busick, I do believe. Fleury is fighting against Fowler. Fowler lost his helmet. Fleury's dodging expert. I don't even think he got hit as Fowler goes down. Well, Vegas is down Billy Busick and Victor Fleury. This is the time for Albuquerque to capitalize where they're down two huge players. Denable and Higgins jump up to the top line as Higgins takes a shot saved made by Stats. Now it's Kamenev with the puck. Duncan brings it up. Gives it over to Kamenev, who takes a shot. That one's blocked. Hit behind the boards is Eric Davis over to Victor Davis. Takes the shot, glove saved by Stats. Goes over to Denebola. Denebola to Higgins, takes a shot, another save by Stats. Kamenev has it, gives it over to Gulch. Gulch to Kamenev. Kamenev over to Duncan. Now it's James Jr. He gets poke checked by Doug Britton, who gives it over to Ackles. Ackles gets bumped off the puck right to Constantine. Constantine gets taken away by Doug Britton, and then Gulch keeps it in the zone, and he gets wrecked. Now it's Kamenev with the puck, and that pops out to Constantine, who goes over to James Jr., who then passes it back, but that's intercepted by Chuck Ackles, and they're going back the other way. Now that one goes across to Constantine. Constantine over to James Jr. James Jr. goes over to Duncan. Duncan gets poke checked, and now it's James Jr. again with it. He spins, takes the shot. That one's blocked. Another backhand shot save made by Stonewall. Kamenev has it. Passes it back to Gulch. Gulch goes across to Dover. Dover tests it over to Duncan. Duncan takes the shot. Glove saved by Stonewall. He's going to cover. My food is dropped off. I'm going to go outside and get it real quick. You guys enjoy this game with the no commentary. Alright, nothing happened while I was gone. That's good. Henderson's bringing it up the ice. He's going to take the shot save made by Stats. Kiesling has it. He passes it behind the net to Henderson. Henderson loses the puck to the boards as McAllister gives it over to Cozy. Cozy goes over to Green. Green takes a shot save made by Stonewall. Hudson has the puck. Kiesling's bringing it down the ice. Kiesling gets hit into the boards. Dover has it. He's quickly board played. He kicks it up and around. Harper's there. Harper gives it over to Cozy. Cozy can't hang on as Cage has it now. Cage passes out in front. The Levy save made by Stats. Henderson goes over to Dover. Dover up to Lowe. Lowe dumps it in. Alejandro steals with it. He goes back to McAllister. McAllister across to Constantine, down low to Lowe. Lowe takes a shot save made by Stonewall, and the puck goes out of play. Cage bringing it down the ice. Takes a shot. That one saved. Rebound. What a save by Stats. He's putting up good work there for the minors. Now he's out here showing out for the pros. As Fleury brings it right back in the zone, kicks it around. Now Fowler gives it over to Jugs. Man, that one's dumped in. Cage has it. Victor Davis now bringing it down. Constantine has it, goes across to Fowler. Fowler then gets poke check. Flint's there for it. Flint tries to pass it up. That one's intercepted by Victor Davis. Goes over to Denabola. Denabola takes the shot. That one's saved by Stats, and he's going to cover. Matt, when you get your own team next year, you might be even more depressed. Depending on how well you draft. It goes over to Fowler. Fowler gets poke checked. Well, I mean, according to Kamenev, you guys are supposed to lose here too. Because Kamenev thinks that he's cursed forever. Ackles has it. Gets hit into the boards. Fowler gets it back. Goes right in on net, and Stats is going to cover that one. Yeah, but it's Las Vegas, man. You can't fall for losing to Las Vegas, even though they were on a 3-game losing streak. It's still Vegas. And as much as Doug likes to do reverse jinx crap, his team is actually good. They bring it in. Takes the shot. Save made by Stats. He's going to cover. I don't know, man. Tennessee's not always a pushover. It depends on Freddie and Gunny if they want to show up to play or not. Charlie O does have a couple shutouts as well. Wild has the puck. Goes back over to Britton. Britton pass back to little Falco. Falco tries to go down front. Dolch intercepts that, but then a shot goes wide from Ackles. Harper in the corner. Pass over to Sakic. Sakic over to Harper. Harper to Green. Green takes a shot. Stonewall makes the save, and that's how the game ends. 5-1. Vegas. Next up, we do have the Navigators against Tennessee. Boom, boom, boom. Victor Davis was your third star with 1 goal, 2 hits. (23-15) in shots for Vegas. Hits were 11-4. Doc Hudson was your second star with 2 assists. Faceoffs were 19-11 for Vegas. Albuquerque didn't take any penalties that game. And they went 1 for 2 in their power play opportunities. First star was getting Higgy with it. I don't know. I don't think I got the other photo. I don't think I took this one. I'm gonna take it again just in case. When in doubt, take millions of photos. That's how you do it. Stats had 14 saves on 15 shots against. Bacigalupi had a rough outing. That is a 500 save percentage, 4 saves on 8 shots. One was a own goal though. I'm telling you, Tennessee wears their alternate jerseys like every time. Every game. Alternates. Boom. 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 Go teams, go! Dante's waiting for that next game. Florida against Florida. Against Florida. The Underbears. He's cheering for the Underbears. Charlie O'Doherty going up against Mike Twinscrew, the man, the myth, the legend. Boom, boom. Turn off controller. Boom. Back out of this. No side chosen. Don't care. Back out of this again. And we go to resume game. Freddy thinks it's not going to be good. But that's where you're wrong, buddy. Because Muldoon takes a shot and the rebound's right there, but it's a save made by Twin Screw. Carrie Baker has lasted longer than she did yesterday. Carrie Baker has survived for 30 seconds. Got Freddy and Blanton on the draw. Freddy wins it back to Axis, who goes over to Demko to Baker. Baker gets hit off the puck. Axis takes the shot. That one goes wide. Twin Screw's going to jump on that one and make the save. That is true. Turku is 2 points out of a playoff spot. As they snipe it in the back of the net just like that, Bobby Turcolino, the D-man, goes end to end and snipes it as Norfolk goes up 1-0. Trellis Blanton with the assist. What a goal by Turcolino, the ex-Alaskan Wolf. He was taken by Norfolk in the expansion draft. Fred. Mr. Fab Freddy, man. You can't be putting the bad juju on your team, man. Chase, no barking. Chase, no barking. No barking. It's one back to Axis.
Scored by number 77.
Brings it in the zone.
Assisted by number 60.
He gets poke checked. Demora now has it.
1 minute, 35 seconds.
Now Harris. He brings it in. Heather is now home from work. That's why he's barking. I heard her car pull up. Chase, it's okay. Hey. Just say hello to him so we can stop barking. Gunny with the steal goes over to Muldoon. Save made by Twin Screw. Muldoon has it back. Pass back to Axis. Now over to Gunny. Gunny can't get the shot off. It's in the corners. Demora. Huh?
I picked up your wine.
You picked up my wine?
Yeah, but Paul wasn't on.
Huh?
You could probably get another one.
I forgot all about it. Dominguez has it. But I forgot all about it. Oh. Gunny's racing for the puck, but King's there for it. He gives it over to Turcolino. Goes across to Horacio. Horacio in the corner. He gets hit hard. Jaeger's there. Jaeger back over to Horacio. Who takes the shot save made by Charlie O. And then it's pass up to Freddy, who goes across to Gunny. There's the dynamic duo for Tennessee. But Gunny loses the puck to Dominguez. Dominguez goes over to Crone. Crone across to Turcolino. Now back across. That one's intercepted. Crone going back up the other way. A long pass over. Turcolino with the slap shot. That's blocked by Demko. What's that? Your raise? Morris has it. Can you bring my drink out here? Goes across to Freddy. Freddy takes a shot. The rebound was there, but it's Norfolk with it. Now it's Hazard. Morris steals. Goes over to Biff. What? I said hello. You got a welcome home by Chase. That was like the loudest welcome home ever. What? Huh? How? Colston goes over to Wiersma. No. Can't. Gotta wait for a whistle. A whistle. Castle has it, goes over Jiggins. Jiggins goes across the Robert Crone. Now it's CGQ. CGQ gets poke check, pops over to Biff. Biff down low to CGQ. CGQ across the gates. Who takes that shot? He misses the net high and wide. And that's good, Dante. That's good. I got 6 more tacos. Takes a shot. Save, rebound. Another save by Charlie O. Montana. Goes over to Gates. Yeah, he just ate it all. Right when I put the food on. He was chomping behind me. That one's board played. Now it's Gates. Gates gets poke checked. Comes out to Hall Jr. Now he goes over to Romero. Cuts back. Gets it over to Hall Jr. Hall Jr. tries to go across. That's intercepted by Frank Castle. He gets poke checked. Now it's Thompson. Gets it in Tennessee zone. Cuts to the middle, takes the shot. No, he poke check. Lionheart takes the shot. That one's a good save by Charlie O yet again. Now it's Fab Freddy. He's getting over to Romero, back to Freddy. Freddy bringing it up. Dodges the check. Cuts to the middle, then this time he doesn't dodge that one. All doing down low to Cadis. Cadis can't hang on to it. Dominguez steals that. He passes it up. That one's intercepted. Pops out to the middle of the ice, and it's Lionheart there with it. 15 seconds. He gets hit off the puck. Lionheart gets it back. Now it's Cadis. 5 seconds to go. Cadis brings it in the zone. Gives it over to Baker. Takes the shot. Misses the net. And that's how the first period is going to end 1-0 Norfolk.
It's time for our Hamburger Bonanza. If the home team scores in the next 2 minutes, you can get a free hamburger courtesy of our arena.
Shots are 5-4 in favor of Norfolk. Hits are 2-1 for Tennessee. Time attack 223 to 137 for Turku, Tennessee. Passing is 95 to 72 for Tennessee. Faceoffs 3-1 for Tennessee. Second period underway. Harris brings it into zone. Goes over to Hammer. Hammer takes a shot and scores! And just like that, Norfolk brings up 2-0. Guido Hammer has been on fire for Norfolk as of late. Huh? Yeah, as of late. No. I don't know. I can't say it's dark out there. It's free burgers for everybody. They scored within the first 2 minutes. That's Harris has it. Now it's Dave Axis. Muldoon's there. It's going to be a penalty. Tennessee's going to go on the power play here. He gets hit off the puck. Freddy's there for it. He tries to pass it out in front. Demora is there and they touch up. Freddie wins it back to Colby, now over to Gunny. Gunny to CGQ, can't get the shot off, but he does steal the puck back. Colby gets poke checked by Madison, and he's able to clear it all the way down the ice. Gunny charging up, passes it across, intercepted by Dominguez, and he clears it right back down the ice. Freddie brings it in. Takes a shot, save made by Twin Screw. Freddie to CGQ. Takes a shot, he missed the net just wide. Freddie has it. Gives it over to Gunny. Gunny to Markham. Takes a shot, that one's blocked. Fight Hammer is able to clear it all the way down the ice. Oh, no letters. Ware and Lionheart on draw. Lionheart wins it back. Ware blocks it with his face. He cuts the middle of the ice, takes a shot, save, rebound, he puts it in the back of the net. David Ware doing it all for Tennessee as they take a 2-1. And it's cut the deficit in half. Yep. I know. Huh. David Ware, one-man wrecking crew. Ware wins it back to Axis. Gives it over to Gunny. Gunny back to Ware. Slap shots blocked, goes to the corner. Now Ware has it again, goes over to Axis. Dave back to Ware. Ware back to Demko. Demko across to Gunny. Gunny all the way to Axis. Now to Ware, takes a shot. That one's blocked yet again, and Jaeger has the puck now. Dave's back for it. Brings it in the Norfolk zone. Backhand shot save made by Twin Screw, no rebound. Okay. Blayton wins it back, or loses it. No, he just stood there. Oh, Turcolino got wrecked. He was just like sniffing the air. It was funny. Blayton dangles and scores right through the 5-hole. Trellis Blayton putting on the moves. And Norfolk ups the ante to 3-1. Romero has it. Of course not. Twin Screw covers that one up. What was it about? Turcolino goes over to Demore. Demore up to Harris. Gates bringing it down. Montana goes over to Romero. Romero up to Colby Wiersma. Goes across to Montano. Takes the shot. Save, rebound. Turcolino has it. Okay. Okay. Well, you can take them. You can take them. Yes, Beavis with making up the progressions. So many people making up all the progressions. Probably the greatest draft class ever. And goals history. What's going on, Adam? One back to Fat Hammer. Fat Hammer takes a shot save made by Charlie O. Takes a shot save made by Charlie O again with the stick. No freaking way. Save of the year right there. Clip it. Somebody clip that shit. That's good, Adam. That's good. '06 did have the best draft class. We are also all, what, 50, 55s? These draft classes are all like 60 pluses.
You can't have Taco Bell, Mister. You can't have Taco Bell. It's Ash Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta go get Ash.
No. Shot. What did that hit off of? Oh my god. Off the pad, off the stick. Then he hits it with his stick. It rings off the post. Goes behind him. And he's able to cover it. Choo! That is true. They had a lot of late round steals for our drafts. Hall Jr. has it. Joe Hazard goes across the Crone, takes a shot, glove save. Charlie O. 1-on-1 with Robert Crone. He says no. XXT, XXY, XXT, XXU, XXS, XXYO. What's up? Thompson has it. Can't get the shot off. Muldoon has it now. Oh, but it's going to be an interference call because you can't be hitting people.
I didn't know it was empty. I would have
Brett Hall Jr. to the box. 2 minutes. Interference. I don't know. Goes over to Fat Hammer to Jiggins. Jiggins takes a shot, save, rebound. Blanton has it, goes across. Jiggins has it back and he scores. Hitting Jiggins with it. No. Right.
no.
Power play goal off the deflected pass. Left them wide open in front. We might see another sports stats sighting here. I can smell it and I can taste it. Don't let us.
By number 9, assisted by number 66.
So nice.
52 seconds.
Where you scored, buddy? Morris goes over to Gunny. Gunny backhand shot goes just wide. Morris has access. And thanks for the resub, bud. Got you a shot save made by 1. 4:45. Charlie O with another save. He's going to cover. Where you missed your goal, man. You were like a one-man wrecking crew. What?
Ew.
That's- Garrett takes a shot. Save made by Charlie Owen. Where? I swear to God, if you don't turn me on. I told you scored like 65 times already. Freddie takes a shot, save, rebound. Garrett has it. Goes back to Muldoon. Kept in the zone. Kerry Baker has it. Now Guido Hammer has it, and it's popped out to center ice. Goes across, and Twin Screw jumps on it. Ware doesn't like me. The Ware doesn't like me. Because he doesn't have me turned on. Freddie has it. Goes over to Roland. Roland back to Markham. Markham over to Muldoon. Muldoon gets the poke check. Goes right back to Markham. All the way across the Roland. Back to Baker. Baker with a clapper. And Twin Screw with the save. He throws it out. Goes over to Lionheart. Who goes over to Thompson. Thompson tries to put on the dangles. He gets a shot off. That one sails over the net. And comes out to Castle. Frank Castle goes over to Madison. Takes a shot, save, a rebound, they score again with 1.2 seconds to go in the game. You didn't say nothing back. Freddie, you done came in here with your jinx, man. Right away, you said this is going to be a bad game. Norfolk doesn't put up 5 goals. It's very rare for Twin Screw's team. Twin Screw's team is more defensive. They wear you down, get a couple goals here and there, and help. Twin Screw puts up 40 saves. That's how Norfolk usually plays their games. Freddie came in with a bad juju. I think it's time Tennessee puts back on Freddie and Gunny line back together. 19-14 in shots for Norfolk. Hits are 6-3. For Tennessee, time on attack is 5:23 to 3:41. See, Tennessee's got the time on attack. They're actually outplaying them. Passing's 93 to 82 for Tennessee. Faceoffs are 12 to 9 for Tennessee. Both teams that took one penalty and both teams capitalized on their power play. It's actually a very even game. It's just the fact that oh, and Sports Stats comes in. Charlie O is pulled in the start of this period. You're also going against an 86 overall goalie. Twin Screw. Demko has it. Demko goes over to Muldoon. Muldoon brings it in. Passes it back to Kerry, who can't hang on to the puck, and Dave brings it in off sides. Turcolino gives it over to Demore, goes over to Harris. Hit off the puck. It's going to be a penalty. My man just killed him. God damn, my man was on his knee and he just smashed him again and set him on his ass. Taking out his frustrations. Demko. Hammer just got up. He's like, nah, sit back down, man. Sit back down. Jeez. Goes over to Turcolino. Turcolino takes a shot. That one's blocked. Roland has it. He's able to clear it all the way down the ice. Turcolino starts up, gives it over to Harris. Harris to Castle. Takes a shot. That one's blocked. Roland has it. He's able to clear it all the way down the ice again. Turcolino has it. Starts up the ice. He's going to take the shot. That's going to be a save. Now it's stats with the cover. One back to Demore. Demore goes over to Thompson. Thompson takes a shot. He misses the net. Jiggins has it in the corner. Passes it behind the net to Thompson. Thompson down low to Jiggins. Jiggins to Demore. Down low to Thompson. Thompson up high to Fat Hammer. Takes a shot. That one's blocked. Jiggins has it. Jiggins gets stick lifted by Dave. Dave's able to clear it all the way down the ice. When this game ends, I'm going to take a bathroom break. And then we're going to do Florida versus Florida. Jiggins goes over to Demore. Hall Jr. goes over to Freddie. Freddie dangles, passes over to Morris. Morris takes a shot and scores! It's 5-2. The comeback is real. Fab Freddie finally shows off his dangles, and they score. Is that a coincidence? I think not. Fab Freddie and Hall on the assist of the Chris Morris goal. One over to Markland. No. That's left until about 2. King has it. Takes a shot. That one's blocked. Biff has it now. I kept rolling over. Gunny takes a shot. Save. Rebound. Can't get in back in the net. Goes over to Horacio. Horacio goes over to Yeager. Yeager to King. King can't get the shot off. Goes to the corner. Forward played. Battle for it. Horacio has their thing. They penalty. Tennessee's going to go in another penalty. Another PK. Biff is your guilty party. Biff the Markham. Where's Biff Finn at? I ain't seen Biff in a while. That's why you guys are losing. He's not watching. It happened the other week too. Harris takes a shot. That's a save made by Stats. Harris backhand shot save made by Stats yet again as a big hit there behind the net on Ian Harris. Krieg, words are hard. And just for you making fun of me, Mr. Raccoon, I'm going to put up 10 goals on your ass. One back to Turcolino. Turcolino takes a shot. That one goes high and wide. No. Biff needs to watch. Oh, good one. Cross crease ice pass. Good passing there for the power play goal of Robert Crone. No, you guys need Biff to watch. That's what it is. Biff is the key. Hazard and Castle on the assist. Yeah, that was a pretty play. Oof.
Goal scored on the power play by number 34, assisted by number 32 and by number 27. Time of the goal.
Now Tennessee will get a power play to go right back up on the score and to be down by 3 again. There's still a lot of time left here in the third, 11 minutes.
Neptune's penalty to number 66.
Shot goes wide. Gunny has it. Gunny takes a shot, save made by Twinscrew as Gunny flies over and falls down. Huh? CGQ has it in the corner. Takes the shot and they score! Gunny gets a goal and they're going to have another power play here. The comeback is real. They score the power play goal and they have another back-to-back power plays. And don't leave your seats yet, folks. We got a game. Tennessee back on the power play again after another penalty. CGQ and Markham were on the assist. CGQ right back in the zone. CGQ takes a shot. That one's just wide. Gunny has it in the corner. He passes it back to Demko. Goes over to Romero to Freddie. Freddie takes a shot glove save by Twinscrew. If they get a goal here, they'll only be down 2 goals. I thought Gunny was going to do like a spin around backhand shot on that one and shoot at the wide empty net. But he took it to the corner. Ware wins the back, goes over to Demko. Demko takes a shot. He misses that way wide when he was 2 feet in front of the net. But that's okay. Popped out, kept in the zone. Ware has it. Ware down low to Morris. Morris takes a shot, save, rebound was there, but Dominguez clears it all the way down the ice. Demko brings it up. He gets bumped off the puck by King. Now Ware has it. He gives it back to Demko. Demko across to Baker. Baker over to Ware. Ware brings it in the zone. Stops. Cuts to the middle. Goes across to Demko. Demko takes this shot. Save made by Twinscrew. Ware has it along the boards. Passes it back to Morris. Morris all day. Dangles. Can't get the shot off. Turcolino has it. He's able to clear it all the way down the ice. Time for one more rush here on the power play. As Demko has it, he gives it over to Kerry Baker. Kerry Baker passes the check. Has a guy across. Can't get the pass off. Domingo steals, and that's going to do it for the power play. Still 6-3 here. Down by 3. Tennessee has been looking so good so far in this third. Romero gives it over to Baker. Baker trying to get through, can't do it, it's poke checked. Dumped in around the boards. Dave has it. Dave passes it over to Baker. Baker across the CGQ, back over, cross back to Baker, takes a shot, save made by Twinscrew, and Twinscrew covers. Chewy has to be here. He's going to put a prediction in the chat for the Florida game. CGQ and Blanton. Blanton wins it over to Fat Hammer. Fat Hammer loses the puck. Hammer then loses it. CGQ has it, goes right out to Colby. Colby all alone. Shot save, rebound CGQ. Shot blocked. Ray goes across. That one's intercepted. Blanton going back the other way. Hammer has it. Turns. Board played. CGQ comes in for the help. Pass across to Dave Axis. Dave pass over to CGQ. Can't hang on to it. Blanton has it. The Hammer to Harris. Harris gets poke check. Goes over to Wiersma. Pass over to Fab Freddy. Fab Freddy to Baker. Baker takes a shot. Save. Rebound. Frank Castle has that one. Pass over to Blanton. Alright, Tennessee's down to 3 goals in 1 minute. Needs a goal a minute. See what happens. Freddy gives it over to Baker. Baker across. That's intercepted by Frank Castle. Alright, they need a goal every 30 seconds, you know. Freddy gets bumped off the puck. Comes out in front. Save made by Stats. Goes over to Muldoon. Muldoon takes a shot. Save. Rebound. Castle has it. Gets over to Jenkins. Now they need 3 goals in 20 seconds. Jiggins with the dangles and scores! What a play by Jiggins for his 2nd goal in the game. Frank Castle and Fat Hammer. What a goal. What a dangle. And that officially puts him away. Here the last game.
Scored by number 9, assisted by number 27, and by number 55.
Hazard brings it in. Gets hit off the puck, and then another hit. That's not a penalty though, even though it usually is. I guess they're like, screw 'em. 7 goals is enough. Gunny takes a shot, save. The rebound was there, but Gunny dies. Hazard goes across to Jiggins. Jiggins looking for his hat trick. Gets poke check though, goes right to Morris. Morris to Roland. Roland over to Markham. Markham up, intercepted by King. 15 seconds to go here. Hazard goes across to King. King gonna take the shot. Stats with a save, and that's gonna do it for the game. Even though there's 8.8 seconds left, you just can't score. See you where. And that's gonna do it. I'll be right back. Very even game, except for the goals. No. Some commentating. Doug. Are you in the chat, Doug? Or Canadian? Justin, you in the chat, buddy? And tell them to do the league alert for the next 2 games that are playing. Can you put the league alert in the chat for me? For the Jacksonville, Florida or whatever? Stats is up to 20 saves and 3 goals against. Woody woody woot. Thank you, Mr. Rose. The Florida battle. The Florida battle. This is the game that everybody's been waiting for. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. Aggressive. Blue. 4. Full attack. High pressure. And then you go over to Jacksonville. What a day. And then tomorrow you're just there with them, right?
Huh?
Tomorrow's just there with them, right?
You can see my rating?
It's
See nothing?
outstanding, isn't it? I saw the outstanding.
I did my team's reviews today.
Yeah.
So it's Sarah there.
Hmm.
I'm fucking crying. I can't do reviews anymore.
When does the...
Emotional bitch anymore. What's wrong with me?
You're an empath? An empath. You got $1.08 raise. It's a lot of money. I don't know.
How much 25 is that?
Oh no, I didn't saw it. Haha. Brody going up against James Stone. James Stone coming off his 13th shutout of the season, and Jared Brody coming off back-to-back wins against Las Vegas.
Just announce my hourly rate.
Yep.
Tom!
You did.
No, you did.
No, you did. Visit our official
We broadcast our entire life.
Garrett Jr. bringing it up the ice. Bobblehead Brody merch. Scurvy almost puts it in the back of the net, but Stone says no. Mills goes over to Bear. Bear goes across the Beamer. Beamer takes a shot. He rings that one off the pink posts. Adams go over to Voodoo. Voodoo shot save made by Brody. Bear has it back. Goes out in front and misses the net wide. Voodoo has it back. Garrett Jr. with the poke check. Now it's Johnny Blades. Goes over to Garrett Jr. Noah's here. Scurvy takes a shot save made. Rebound goes in the back of the net. Adam Banks gets the Jacksonville Vipers on the board. It's 1-0 Jacksonville. And just like that, the shutout is gone. Chewy Canadian at Heather. Why you ignoring my DM, Joe?
Reply, Joe.
Hey Chewy, what happened to the freaking what happened to the prediction, bud? Chewy, you damn messed up.
Goal scored by number 9.
Stone right in, goes across the Bear, takes a shot, glove save made by Brody. You said, how about for the Jackson and Florida game? I said, go for it. And you said, nice, okay, buddy. You didn't even do it. Takes a slap shot, blocker save by Brody. That's on you, bud. Voodoo takes a shot, that's a save made by Brody. Blades goes over to Banks. Leathers was here the whole time. He knows it's Justin's fault. Banks goes across, intercepted by Bear. Stolen back by Banks. Grab. Even Heather says it's Justin's fault. Banks takes a shot. No, he gets hit. And now it's Bears. Yep, see? Chewy's fault. All day. Bear has the puck. He's still out on the ice, so I'm surprised they didn't do a line change. Scurvy's also still out on the ice. These teams are just letting their top lines go at it. Does not matter as Blades brings it up the ice. Turns. Passes it over to Grimes, who takes a shot. Stick save by Stone. Rab has it behind the net out in front, and Stone makes another save. Cooksey and Lopez on the draw. One back to Portman. What? Portman in the corner. Goes behind the net. Passes out the lead. Lead backhand shot. Blocker save by Brody. Crab starts up the ice. Tries to pass over Grimes. Can't. Portman with the steal. Moon takes a shot. Misses the net wide. Lopez back to Moon. Moon down low to lead. Lead to Lopez. Lopez cuts to the middle. And gets stick lifted. Now Grimes going back the other way. Stone gets the save. No, that means you gotta take everything out of the garage and you gotta put it in your room. Everything in the garage has to go in your room since you did it. That's how it works. Jackson has it. He can't do anything with it. Phillips. Joey Phillips stops. Dangles, takes a shot. That one's blocked. Tater Slice now has it. McShuckles with the steal goes over to Joey Phillips. He can't get the shot off again. As Camney now has it. Joey Phillips with the steal again. Now McShuckles gets poke checked away from Brody. And Camney gives it over to Jackson. Adams runs into the boards, but he's okay. Phillips now bringing it up. Goes over to Svechnikov, over to Henry. Henry with the dangly move into the corner. Goes behind the net and gets hit off the puck. It's taken away by the Tater Slice. Tater Slice brings it up. Takes the shot save made by Stone. Gertie Adams has it. On top of all the crap. What do you mean? Where do you sleep? Didn't you say you wanted to join the Navy? You better get used to sleeping everywhere which way. Just build yourself a treehouse. dig a hole in the ground, put a tarp over it, and sleep in it. Cammy. Pass over to Reed. Reed brings it in the Florida zone. Takes a shot. That one's blocked. Goes to the corner. Portman board played. 2-on-1 battle. Reno comes out with the puck. Never mind. Portman board played again. He kicks it to the other side. Reno's there. Over to Edwards. That's going to be a holding call. Florida is going to get the first power play of this game. Down 1-0. Portman goes over to Edwards. Edwards takes the shot. He gets hit. That is the call.
Vipers penalty to number 8. 2 minutes for obstruction. Holding. Time of penalty.
When is the best time to do it, man? You dig a hole in the ground, put a tarp over it. Oh, and Banks gets his second goal of the game on a short-handed goal right there for Banks off the big rebound. Where's Twin Screw at? Ask him about the Navy. He'll let you know.
Assisted by number 97.
No, I've not tried the new Coke yet. Tastes like cotton candy. Space flavor? Space flavored Coke? Is that how you snort it? Starlight? Voodoo brings it in the zone. They're still on the power play though, even though they did let up a shorthanded goal. Voodoo takes the shot. That one's blocked. Bear has it back out to Voodoo. Save made by Brody. Bear has it again. Voodoo scores! And just like that, it's 2-1. Power play goal. They did it all in this power play. They gave up a shorthanded goal and they scored themselves. Any of you guys in the chat right now, do you guys play Words with Friends too? If you do, Heather wants to play you. Heather wants to kick all of your asses. Mills goes over to Adams. Adams over to Owens. Owens across to Lopez. Lopez goes over to Owens. Owens back to Adams. Adams takes a shot saved made by Brody. Lopez passes behind the net. And now goes over to Owens. Words with Friends too. Adam. Cooksy over to Grimes. Grimes gets stripped by Lee. Lee across, but it can't be handled. And now Blackman bringing it up the ice. He runs right into the guy. Now it's Lee, board play. There's only 5 seconds left. Tries to pass it up to Cooks. He can't be handled. That's how the first period is going to end here. Jacksonville up 2-1 for the Battle of Florida. What's your name in it?
Looking for the latest news, scores, and statistics? Check out our team website.
This is Heather's name.
Player features and great merchandise from our online store.
Add her. Play her. Words with Friends is basically like Scrabble, but you play it on your phone. Shots are 10-7 in favor of Florida. Hits are 3-2 for Jacksonville. Time attack 331 to 109 for Jacksonville. Passing's 95-78 for Florida. Faceoffs are 8-3 for Florida. Penalty minutes, Jacksonville took the only penalty in that game, and Florida went 1 for 1 on it. The hell was that? That is true. Hockey is fun. Blades goes over to Rising. Rising over to Garrett Jr. Now over to Banks. Now up to Rising. Rising brings it into Florida zone. Goes out in front of Banks. Banks takes a shot. That's a save made by Stone. Banks looking for that hat trick already. Pass over to Beamer. Beamer to Bear. Now Garrett Jr. goes over to Rising. I don't know. Rising takes a shot. Do you have any challengers? Who is it? Rose. Hey, he wants to get his ass kicked. Voodoo passes it over to Bear. Bear loses the puck. Goes over to Rab. Rab to Grimes. Back over to Rab. Rab can't hang on to the puck because they have to regroup at center ice. Pass over to Grimes. They were bumping earlier, Jesus. Like right when I woke up, it was loud as hell. Stone takes the shot. And that was a save made by Stone. No, not even a little bit. Cooksey tries to go across, does get it too, but Rab can't get the shot off. Now Sylvester. Goes over to Killer. Now to Jackson. Moon with the steal. What news? Lopez. Goes all the way out to Phillips. Phillips all alone, but he gets wrecked. Now it's Jackson bringing it up. Goes over to Keller. Keller takes a shot. Glove saved by Stone. He's going to cover. What news am I supposed to see, Noah? Oh yeah, I seen... Phillips is injured. Oh, but he's on the bench, so he's okay. I thought you were going to tell me about Russia finally taking over the first major city in Ukraine. Shit's sad. Adams has it. Gertie Adams can't get the shot off, and now it goes over to Jackson. Jackson can't hang on to it. Svechnikov back for it. Keller with the steal. He's not fast enough for the step, but he does get the shot off, and then Gertie Adams almost put it in the net. The puck is stuck behind the net. Adams now gets it. All the clips. McChuckles loses it. Camney can't get the pass off. Bake has it now. Bake dumps it in. McChuckles. Pass over to Edwards. McChuckle steals it back, and then Price steals that one back, and it's poke checked. Gertie Adams is back for it. Goes over to Tom Edwards. Tom Edwards across to Noah Bake, who gets poke checked, and now it's along the boards. Tater Slice is there. It's taken away by McChuckles, who can't hang on to it. It's taken away by Fisheroff. Fisheroff takes the shot save made by Stone. It's in the corner. Price has it. He's board played. He kicks it up the boards right to Kamny. Kamny goes across the blades. Blades down low to Reed, who gets poke checked. Now it's Mills. Mills goes over to Reno. Hit there. Blades has it now. Blades dumps it in. It's going to be a race for the puck. Reno has the puck now for Florida. He gets hit in the back, but Edwards is there for it. He tries to get in the zone. Can't. Reno now passes it across to Voodoo. Voodoo goes back to Reno. He gets poke check. Bills to Adams. Adams over to Voodoo. Voodoo gets poke checked by Mojo Rising, who goes over to Garrett Jr. Now up to Price. Price into the boards. He gets hit off the puck by Money Mills, and now it's Reno with the puck. And now that one goes over to Voodoo. Voodoo runs right into a Jacksonville defender, and he loses the puck to Rising. Rising goes over us, but then he can't hang on the puck. Bear goes over to Beamer. Beamer then gets poke checked, and that one goes over to Mojo Rising, who goes back the other way over to Scurvy Dog. Scurvy Dog pass across and save made by Stone off the clapper. And now it's Bear. Goes over to Beamer. Now goes over to Voodoo. Voodoo passes it back to Bear. Bear then gets poke check taken away by Banks. Banks goes over to Rising. Now over, but can't be handled to the puck. It's Dean Portman now bringing it up. He spins back and passes it in on net to Stone, who gives it over to Dante Moon. And now Dante Moon's bringing it up the ice. She passes it over to Beamer. Beamer can't get the shot off as that one's poke checked away and goes into the boards. And now it goes over to Mojo Rising.
In the second period.
And now Beamer takes a shot. He gets laid out. And that's going to be a power play for Florida. Voodoo scored for Mr. Florida Challengers official. What the hell are they calling there for? They calling interference on that? That would be more like charging or something. I don't know why that's interference when he had the puck. I don't know. Maybe charging. I don't know if that's interference, but you know, whatever. Goes back to Adams. Adams goes over to Lee. Lee, a cross save made by Brody. Lopez wins it back to Lopez. Lopez won it back to Lopez. That is what happened there. Owens has a pass behind the net to Lee. Back to over to Owens. Owens to Lee. Takes a shot save made by Brody. Kameny has it. And Kameny throws it all the way down the ice. 7 seconds long pass over to Owens. Owens gets in the zone. Takes a slap shot. Save made by Brody. Second period ends 2-1. Jacksonville up in this one. Florida will still be on the power play to start the third. Hello, kitty cat. You meow, 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 you meow, meow, meow. What's your cat doing? Ugh. Shots are 15-14 in favor of Florida. Hits are 5-3 in favor of Jacksonville. Time of attack 4:55 to 3:19 for Florida. Passing is 95-89 for Florida. Face-offs are 11-5 for Florida. And Jacksonville took 2 penalties to Florida's 0. Oh. Dublin is going to make the second round of the playoffs most likely. And then I don't know from there. Voodoo has it. Takes the shot save made by Brody. It all depends on who's first place. You have a wet beard, Mr. Binks. Yo, big dog. 44. Oh, what is up? Phillips goes over to Adams. Adams over to Bear. Bear takes a shot. That one's blocked. Now it's Tater Slice with it. Tater Slice clears it all the way down the ice. There's 45 seconds left to go on this power play. Joey Phillips starts up the ice. He gives it over to Voodoo. Voodoo goes over to Beamer. Beamer again gets poke check. Goes over to Banks. Adam Banks passes it back, intercepted by Beamer. Beamer goes over to Adams. Now it's back to Voodoo. Voodoo then gets hit off the puck. It's now Voodoo again. Voodoo to Beamer. Beamer across to Adams. Adams back to Voodoo. Voodoo all alone passes it back to Bear, who has a wide open net. Shot save made by Brody. Bear usually doesn't miss those. Left alone in the slot. Got to pick his shot. Brody said no. Cooksey and Beamer on the draw. Tied up. Voodoo comes, takes a shot, he scores! Voodoo gets his second goal of the game. It's now Voodoo with 2 goals and Adam Banks with 2 goals. Can we see one of them get a hat trick? Garrett Jr. goes over to Blades. Blades over to Cooksey. Cooksey to Grimes. Grimes takes a shot save made by Stone. He's going to cover. Battle of Florida is all tied up here in the third. It's going to come down to the wire, Mr. Banks. You see it? You ready for it? No? Mills. Pass over to Adams. Adams back to Mills. Rab cuts to the middle of the ice, takes the shot. Stone makes the save. He's going to cover. Playoffs usually come down to coaches' availability, because we usually do like 4 games one day and then 3 games the next day, depending. So if your coach ain't there to make changes, it's a big downfall. Takes a shot, that one misses. Goes over to Adams. Adams goes across to Lopez. And now it's Rab going back the other way. He gets poked at. Garrett Jr. takes a shot. Garrett Jr. scores! The Butcher puts his team up by 1 with a goal. Now Florida's got to claw their way back out of it again. They already did it once. It's just now that the time is limited. Hey, what's going on, Nuggets? Miners is, what? We have 2 more games after this one, and then it'll be Miners. Hunt has it. Takes the shot, save made by Stone. Phillips brings it in, cuts back, takes the shot. That one's blocked, but the rebound's there, and they tie the game up. Henry off the broken play. The shot was blocked. The goalie thought it was going one way. Joey Phillips and McChuckles on the assists. Dean Portman has it go over to Henry. Henry gets smashed in the board. McChuckles takes a shot. That one saved by Brody. Out to Phillips. Phillips spins. Gets stick lifted by Keller. Keller loses it to Phillips, but then the pass is broken up by Jackson. Jackson then loses the puck to McChuckles, but steals it back and starts up the ice. Brings it in the Florida zone. He gets poke checked by Dean Portman, who goes over to Phillips. Phillips goes over to McShuckles. Now goes back over to Joey Phillips. Joey Phillips takes a shot glove saved by Brody. He will cover. Boomer Phillips, it's the battle for Florida, man. You'd expect nothing else. Nothing less than spectacular. This is against the number 3 and 4 teams, isn't it? Number 3 and 4 in the standings. Goes across the Banks. Banks takes a shot. Save made by Stone. Almost had the Hattie. Stone had other plans. Scurvy and Reno on the draw. Reno wins it back from Adams. And Gertie Adams now to the other side of the ice. Starts up the ice. Dumps it in. Tater slices back for it. Noah with the poke check. Noah gets poke checked again. Now Scurvy Dog back the other way. Pass across to Tater. Tater Slice goes to the other way across the Banks. Banks then gets poke checked. Tater Slice has it back. Goes across the Camney. Takes a shot save made. After expansion draft. Big takes the shot. That one's a save. Blocked. Camney has it. Mojo Rising brings it in. Pass across to Scurvy. Scurvy gets a shot off that rings off the outside of the post. Scurvy has it back. Behind the net. Comes out front. There's a shot again, and Stone makes that save too. Why can't you? I told you, Noah. Both of you opt in for the expansion draft. You guys both get drafted by the same team, and then you could become superstars for that team. Boom. I've exposed 5 players, Noah. He might not be exposed. Or he might be exposed. The world may never know. The only ones who will know are the expansion owners. Rab takes a shot save made by Stone. And if he's picked, he can also decline being picked. They can also pick him, and then he tells them no, and he gets sent back. That's it. He just can't join my team back anymore. Adams takes a shot, and then Brody makes the save. What's up, Sniper? Hey, Rad, maybe if you had 99 accuracy, you wouldn't shoot at their damn chest. How about that? Rad bringing it up the ice. Takes a shot, pad, save, and Stone's going to cover. Never mind, he throws it out. Now Owens bringing it on. He gets smashed into the boards. Cooksey steals, and he dumps it in. There's 1:40 to go here in the third. Could we see a last-second goal? Who knows? Takes the shot, save made by Brody. That was dangerous. Goes behind the net over to Blackman. 50 seconds. Gives it over to Grimes. Grimes to Rab. Rab's going to take the shot again. Pad save yet again. Portman has it now. Goes over to Phillips. Phillips brings it in the zone. Cuts to the middle. Does the dangle. Save. Rebound was there, but he couldn't hang on to it. Lopez goes back to Portman. Portman back to Lopez. Save made by Brody. And Brody's going to cover. 30 seconds to go here in the third period. Big face-off opportunity. Moon has it. Bringing it up, goes over to Henry. Henry dangles, goes over to Phillips. Phillips takes a shot. Glove saved by Brody to keep them in this game. 11 seconds to go. Joey Phillips almost put the game on his stick. Brody put the game in his glove. Beamer and Price on the draw. Line 1 against line 4. Blades is able to have it. He got to get out of the zone, which he does. He brings it into their zone. He cuts to the middle of the ice. He passes the shot. Save. Rebound was right there. How did he miss it? How did he miss the open net? I don't know. How did he do it? How did he miss the empty net? I don't know freaking idea how he did that. Damn.
Game analysis, player interviews, and blogs on our team website. New content is added daily.
I'm guessing you got a gifted sub to Stone. I'm not reading the stats. But I do want to see how this missed the empty net here. Who is this? Who is this? Reed. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, the glitch. I don't know how the puck does that. And then Stone gets the save. Damn. Here's overtime. Voodoo bringing it down the ice. He's in the corner. He gets bumped off the puck, but Banks is back for it. Banks and Voodoo still looking for their hat trick. Scurvy Dog bringing it up the ice. Scurvy gets hit off the puck, gets it back, tries to pass it back, can't. Voodoo with the interception. Here he goes, Voodoo with the hat trick. Never mind, Banks is faster than Voodoo apparently. And now Blades loses the puck to Bear. Bear passes it across, intercepted by Garrett Jr. And Garrett Jr. going back the other way. He goes over to Mojo Rising. Mojo Rising can't get the shot off as Voodoo steals that one. 43 viewers welcome in everybody. As Garrett Jr. goes over to Blades. Now it goes over to Mojo. Mojo goes over to Garrett Jr. Butcher already has one goal. Scurvy Dog takes a shot save made by Stone. He's board played, kicks it up the ice, goes to the other side. And now it's Bear, gives it over to Lopez. Lopez gets hit off the puck, Scurvy's there for it. He gives it over to Mojo. Mojo then gets stolen away by Lopez, who loses the puck into the corner. Lopez has it back. He passes it behind the net to Owens. Owens goes back to Bear. Bear gets poke checked, goes out to Portman. Portman gets poke checked, it leaves the zone. And now it's Portman. Goes all the way across Lopez, now back to Owens. Owens skates around, tried to hit the Bear. He was all alone, but it's trickling in on Brody, and he's able to make the save. Yeah, apparently. They didn't want me in Tennessee anymore. They told me to get my ass back home. Portman goes over to Moon, down low to Owens. Owens had a wide open net, but he didn't shoot it right away, and Brody makes the save. Blackman. Dumps it in around the boards. Dante Moon has it. Pass over to Lee. Lee goes behind the net. And Blackman has it. Lopez to Lee. Lee across to Moon. Moon back to Portman. Portman gets hit off the puck. Owens helps him out. Owens goes over to Lopez. Oh, Lopez gets poke check. Now it's Grimes bringing it up the ice for Jacksonville. He brings it in the Florida zone. He cuts the middle of the ice. Tries to pass it out in front. That's intercepted by Dante, who goes over to Lopez. That one's poke checked away. Lee then gets hit. Blackman's board played. He kicks it up the ice to Cooksey. And now it goes back to Blackman, who's again board played. And now it's Blackman who goes up the ice. He dumps it in. No, Gunny, you did score though, Gunny. You guys lost 7-3. Phillips goes over to Lopez. Lopez to Henry. Henry takes a shot save made by Rody. Yes, David Ware scored, Gunny scored, and Morris scored, I think? I'm not sure. Charlie O got pulled. To be fair, Charlie O also got scored by his own goal. I think. Maybe not. Brody with another glove save. No, David Ware didn't fight. He scored instead of fighting. Tied up. Phillips comes in for it. Goes over to Henry and he scores. Henry gets his second goal of the game, and that's the overtime winner. Florida wins the Battle of Florida. GG's to both teams. This was well fought. Stone shows up after the game's over. Next up we have a Raccoon going against McBride and a Redwater going against Alaska. Third star was Voodoo with 2 goals. That's actually very rare for a 2-goal third star guy. I guess everybody has 2 goals, so I guess that makes sense. All your 3 stars should have 2 goals. Your second star was Henry with 2 goals. And then your first star is going to be Banks with 2 goals. Shots are 31-26 in favor of Florida. Hits were 10-4 for Jacksonville. Time of attack 9:01 to 5:54. For Florida. Passing was 94-88 for Florida. Face-offs were 25-12 for Florida. Jacksonville took the only penalties in the game, and Florida went 1 for 2 on them. Goal gets called back. Scurvy had a rough time in the face-off circle. 7 face-offs, only 3 wins. See you, Dante. Thanks for sticking around for as long as you could. Get well soon. Get well soon. Boom, boom, boom. Bam, bam, bam. Alright, here we go. No, Chewie, no. That's bad. Go Gus, only Gus. Damn, Noah doesn't like me, that's fricked up. Alright, I see under here how it is. McBride going against the Raccoon. Damn, even Leathers is cheering for Raccoon. That's only because we're tied in the standings. I told you to sleep in a hole outside to get used to it. It's a good punishment for breaking a garage. Winkler wins the draw back to Kozak. Kozak brings it in the zone, pass over to Lee. Lee takes a shot save made by Raccoon, and he's going to cover. Yeah, he only cheers for me. That's how we do it. It's one back to Gillespie. Gillespie goes across to Kozak, now back to Gillespie. Gillespie takes a shot, that one's blocked, and then Krieg turns a shot that goes wide. Now Lee tries to pass it across, he gets hit hard. Cornwall goes all the way across to Simser. Simser gets hit hard off the puck by, I don't know who that, Winkler. And Winkler doesn't hit people. Krieg has it. He passes it across to Kozak. Kozak up to Lee. Lee then gets poke check, goes over to Gillespie, now to Winkler. Winkler then gets poke checked again, now it goes over to Kozak, now back to Krieg. Krieg has the puck, he goes over to Lee. Lee brings it in the zone. He passes over to Winkler, Winkler to Krieg. Krieg dangles, tries to get the shot off, he can't do it. Lee has it. Goes across to Winkler. Winkler backhand shot save made by Raccoon. And he's going to cover. We'll see both teams line change. Scarborough and Kevin Say on the draw. That's one back to Foot. Foot goes over to Alou. Alou takes the shot. That one sails over the net. Hammer has it. He's aboard played. And Hammer comes away with the puck. He starts up the ice. He dumps it in. Race for the puck. Oh, damn, Son's back for it. Never mind, he runs into the boards. He gets it back. Long pass over to Alou. Alou up to Scarborough. Scarborough gets wrecked. And Alou has it behind the net. He still has it. Turns. Takes the shot. Save made by Raccoon. Scarborough has it in the corner. Still has it. Pass over to Squirts. Squirts takes a shot. Save made by Raccoon. And he's going to cover. Both teams are going to have a line change again. Goes over to Foot. Foot down low to Palmares. He spins. He gets knocked off the puck. Has it back. Spins again. Gives it over to X. X takes the backhand shot save made by Raccoon. Dar has it. He gets poke checked. And Dar gets it back. Kids suck. See you, Rab. Bye-bye. Adios, muchacho. X takes a shot. That one's blocked. Goes over to Meister. Meister and Dar are battling. He kicks it around the other side of the ice. Long pass over to Darian. Darian gets poke check, goes over to Palmares. Palmares dodges that. Comes in, stops, tries to turn back, gets it back. Pass across to X. X goes over to Palmares. Palmares takes a shot. That's a save made by Raccoon. Hill has it. He can't hang on to it. Gets taken away by the other Hill. It's Hill against Hill in this game. Hill goes over to Hits. Hits goes over to Darian. Darian gets hit off the puck. And gets it back. Now he's board played. X steals. X going up. Takes the shot. Save made by Raccoon. X has it back in the corner. Passes it all the way across. They score! Big bad Bobby D getting the goal. Jake Hill assisted by Racer X. $500 worth of hockey cards? Goals doesn't even make $500. Where the hell am I gonna get that from?
Alaska goal. Scored by
Teddy has it. He gets poke check, goes over to Leach.
number 9.
Leach goes over to Hill.
11 minutes, 37 seconds.
Hill brings it up. He gets board played. Hill has to go back for it. They have to regroup. Now he passes over to Cerrone. Gus brings it in the zone. He can't hang on to it. Jonesy now has it. He passes it over to Leach. It's dumped in. Kozak has it. Kozak pass over to Cerrone. Cerrone steals it back, gives it over to Chris Lee. Chris Lee takes a shot, he rings it off the post. Kozak's in for it in the corner, he gives it over to Cerrone. Cerrone back to Gillespie, down low to Winkler. Winkler back to Lee. That's poke checked and taken away by Alpaca. SK Rov, Skrav, QC, thanks for the follow. Sorry, can't read names very well. Shurin takes a shot, saved by McBride, then he shoots it through the crease. Now Krieg charging back up the ice. He dangles, takes a shot, save made by Raccoon. Lee has it in the corner. Simser goes over to Say, taken away by Krieg. Krieg's right back in the zone. Takes another shot, glove saved by Raccoon, and he's going to cover. Yeah, Hill's doing really solid down there. And he's even playing out of position, Scurvy. I had to play him at center this year because we don't have, I don't have 4 centers on my team. So he's playing center. Creed taking a shot save made by Raccoon. Scrov QC with the follow. Now goes back over to Kennedy. Kennedy to Creed. Creed to Squirts. Squirts across and they miss the net. Kennedy down low to Scarborough. Scarborough back over to Squirts. Squirts takes a shot. Goes just wide. I'll lose there for it. I'll lose back to Squirts. Squirts can't hang on to it. And Toasty James has it now. He gets board played by Alou. Puck pops out. Alou has it right back in the Redwater zone. He's going to take the shot, save, rebound. Kravchenko has it. Kravchenko goes over, which is stick lifted. Squirts brings it right back in the zone. There's only 10 seconds to go. Squirts has it in the corner. He's bodied off the puck by Hammer. Hammer then has trouble with it with Scarborough, but he's able to pass it over to Cornwall. And that's how the period's going to end. 1-0 Alaska after one.
Hey fans, great tickets are still available to our next home game. Please visit the box office and get them while they last.
Shots are 12-1 in favor of Alaska. Hits are 6-1 in favor of Redwater. Time on attack is 4 minutes and 3 seconds to 32 seconds. Passing is 97% to 94% for Alaska. 6-1 in face-offs for Alaska. No penalties. Leave my horn alone, bro. My horn is the freaking best, I guess, because it and that's it. That's all you need. Done. Krieg has it. Tries to cut to the middle. He gets hit off the puck by Simser. Simser dumps it in. Kozak gets hit off the puck. Lee. Now Toasty gets poke checked by Kozak. Passes it back to Lee. Lee gets poke check taken away by Simser. Simser goes over to Paka. Now it's Cornwall. Board blade. Spins out of it. Spins back into it. Loses the puck to Gillespie. Gillespie gets hit off the puck. Goes to James. Now they're battling for the puck. Pops out Cornwall. Goes over to Squirts. Squirts brings it in zone. Pass back to Alou. Alou takes a shot. Glove saved by Raccoon. Board played. Oh, huge hit there, Alou on somebody. Shot saved by Raccoon. Alou passes it back to Scarborough. Now to Alou. Alou to Scarborough. Scarborough all the way out, intercepted by Cornwall, and he's going back the other way. No, I don't, Noah. No, I don't. McBride makes a save that almost trickled in. Cornwall has it out in front again, and McBride makes another save. Hammer takes a shot and he scores! Jack Hammer putting Redwater on the board. Perfect screen there. Hey, look, Hammer's watching. He never watches. Hey, Meister wins back to Kennedy.
Scored by number 7, assisted by number 90.
Kennedy gets poke checked.
24. Time of the goal, 7 minutes, 55 seconds.
Now it goes over to Palomares. Palomares up. Can't hang on to it. They're offsides. They have to regroup. Hill now with it. Hill dumps it in and around the boards. Kennedy's back for it. He runs into the board, loses to Everson Swift. And now goes behind the net over to Hill. Hill up to Kravchenko. Kravchenko gets poke checked and it goes over to Hammer. Hammer starts back in the zone. In the corner, passes out in front, can't hang on to it, goes right to Hill. Hill takes that shot that goes wide. Kennedy has it now. He passes it up, but Hill keeps it in the zone, goes over to Darian. Darian takes a shot, that one's stick lifted in, goes in on McBride, and he covers. Creed bringing it up the ice. Spins back. Goes over to Kennedy, now up to Hill. And now Jonesy over to Dar. Dar's board played. Cerrone comes in for the help, pops out, back to Dar. Now goes over to Teddy. Teddy gets hammered into the boards by Creed. That one's dumped in. And around his big hits. What's that sheet? That's not me. Pros, is the stat sheet broken? If you're trying to access it on your phone, you probably can't. It's too big for phones. Teddy comes out to the middle. He gets killed again. That's the second time in the last 10 seconds. They bring it in. He's going to take the shot. Abaya takes the shot. He just misses. Dar has it. Loses it right to Abaya. And then he gets hit twice by number 33. But they don't call a penalty. As Dar brings it up, he gets board played. And now Kozak takes that one away and goes over to Winkler. He tries to cut to the middle, goes over to Lee. Can't hang on to it either. That's a long pass over to Shurin. Shurin gets rocked. Now Cerrone has it. He gives it over to Winkler. Winkler can't hang on. And now it's passed over to Shurin, who goes over to Leafs. Leafs in the corner. Comes back out. Takes the backhand shot. Save made by McBride. Another save by McBride, and he's going to cover it. Never mind, he throws it out because he's crazy. Now Krieg bringing it up the ice. He tries to get around Hammer. Cannot. Leafs has the puck now. He passes over to Marco Swift, who gets poke checked by Foot. Now Foot dumps it in and around the boards. And it's Scarborough there, and that's how the second period is going to end. 1-1, all tied up after 2.
Every playoff game, our team store brings you our item of the game. Stay warm in the stylish here at the rink with a scarf tonight priced at just $10. Make sure to stop off at any team store here in the arena. Pick up your specially priced item of the game. Our scarf tonight is just $10. Hurry and supply the rink.
Shots are 14-7 in favor of Alaska. Hits are 7 apiece. Time on attack is 5:38 to 2:54 for Alaska. Passing is 94 to 92 for Redwater. Faceoffs are 9-2 for Alaska. Third period underway. What system are you using, Sniper? Winkler goes across a Krieg who can't get the shot off. No, it all depends on the system. Winkler goes over to lead. The Xbox X, the new one, right? It's not on the new one. We're only Xbox One. They don't cross platform like that. So you know. Lee brings it in. Stops. Passes it back to Winkler, who takes a shot glove save by Raccoon. He's gonna cover. Kravchenko has it. Goes over to Hammer. Hammer takes a shot. That one is deflected, and McBride makes the easy save. Oh damn, son goes over to Foot. Now it goes over to Say, and that's... Foot. Goes over to Paul Mars. Paul Mars gets hit off the puck, taken away by Sharon. Sharon goes across to Say. Say then gets hit off the puck, and that's going to be a penalty because he hit him twice.
Penalty to number 92. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty.
Another save by McBride. Goes over to Creed in the corner. 2-on-2 battle for it. It pops out. That's going to be a penalty. Holding call. It's going to be a 4-on-4 now. Marco Swift, the guilty party. We got a 4-on-4 here. Winkler wins the draw back to Gillespie, who goes across to Kennedy. Kennedy goes back to Gillespie, who goes down low to Winkler. Winkler takes a shot glove save by Raccoon. He's going to cover. Winkler wins the draw back to Gillespie. Gillespie goes across to Kennedy. Kennedy to Winkler. Winkler takes a shot. Another save by Raccoon. Gillespie takes a shot. That's a save made by Raccoon. Well, I mean, Winkler, I was on the ice. You just didn't want to give me the puck. Foot's fresh out the box. We have a 10-second power play. Goes right over to Winkler. Winkler has Cerrone across, but he's going to take the shot again. That one's blocked, and now the power play's over. Big Hits has the puck. As it's dumped in and around. Kennedy's back for it. He passes it over to Lee. Lee can't hang on to it. Goes to Marco Swift. Now to Kennedy over to Cerrone. Cerrone can't hang on to it either. He gets it back though. And this time he dumps it in. Big Hits has it. Goes over to Dar. Dar gets poke check, goes to Cerrone. Cerrone spins, long pass over to Lee. Lee in the corner. Passes it back to Gillespie, who can't hang on to the bucket. Now it's Jonesy going back the other way. Teddy Araldi goes over to Jonesy. Jonesy gets the shot off, save made by McBride. Another save by McBride. Now Jonesy goes over to Big Hits, goes over to Dar. Dar to Jonesy. Jonesy to Teddy. Now X has it, and he gives it over to Kozak, who goes over to Lee. Lee brings it in the zone. He gets poke check, loses it to Leach. Leach goes over to Big Hits. What the hell is an SFL owner, you freaking idiot? You don't even know what the hell they're talking about. He's fired now, Winkler. You can't let him be an owner. It's dumped around the boards. Teddy has it. Goes out in front of Jonesy. Jonesy tries to get it back to Teddy, but he can't. It's hit. And now it's Palomares with the puck. He passed all the way over to X. Now it's Teddy with it again. He gives it over to Leach. Leach gets hit off the puck. Now it's Palomares. This has turned into like a huge defensive battle. Alou goes over to Scarborough. Scarborough then gets poke checked by Big Hits. And now it's Alpaca with the puck. Now it's Alpaca. He gets hit off the puck by Alou. Now it's Kennedy. Kennedy over to Alou. Alou across the squirts. They get into the zone, into the corner. Squirts doing it all alone. Raccoon with the save. Pass over to Marco Swift. Marco Swift gets poke checked by Creed. Creed starts up the ice. He then gets poke checked, and now Gus Roganaroni poke checks him, and then he hits Alpaca. And then Simser has the puck, he gets it over to Marco Swift, who then passes it to nobody. That's in the corner. Kennedy then gets thrown off the puck, but it's Creed, gives it over to Hill. Now over to Cerrone. Cerrone cuts to the middle, takes a shot save made by Raccoon. 10 seconds to go. Abaya has it in the corner. He comes out with a backhand shot save made by Raccoon. Abaya has it in again in the corner, gives it over to Hill. Hill takes a shot save, rebound, and that's how the third period ends. Still all tied up at 1.
Hey fans, don't forget to enter tonight for our team signed poster, which will give away before the end of tonight's game.
Ah. Krieg comes in with the puck. He goes over to Lee. Lee goes out in front of Winkler over to Krieg, and they score just like that. It took 25 seconds, and Krieg puts it in the back of the net. GG's. That was Winkler finally passing me the puck for the first time in the whole game. GG's. Alaska's on a 9-game win streak. They face Albuquerque back-to-back Thursday and Friday. Next up, we have Dublin going against somebody. Jack Hammer was your third star with a goal. Glasgow against Dublin. Second star was Jake Hill with 1 goal. And Krieg was the first star with the game winner. 23-12 in shots. Hits were 11-8 for Alaska. Time on attack is 733 to 432. Passing 92 for each team. Face-offs 15-6 for Alaska. Both teams had 1 power play, and both teams did not capitalize on it. Yeah, Raccoon basically 11 games. That'll be the record. That's what we're hoping for. But Albuquerque might be sneaky. They might put a thorn in my plans. This is Alaska's year, because after this, Alaska will fall all the way to Tennessee's spot next year. Losing too many players. Losing too many damn players. Cody Cece. Dude, that guy's freaking terrible. He's not even worthy of being on a third pairing. Isn't he on like the third pairing of, I don't even know, Edmonton? Is he on Edmonton? I have no idea where he's at. Don't even know if he still plays. No wonder Edmonton sucks. They have Cody Cece as their second pair D-man. You're very angry. Grr, you got your war face on. Let me see your war face. Grr. The Dublin Dragons. Let's do the Dublin Dragons. Let's make them play Cleveland Hounds. Look at the Cleveland Hounds team, man. All these people want them. You see that Cleveland Hounds has Mario Lemieux, Patrick Waugh, and Connor McDavid on their team. Cleveland's stacked. That's the team you want to play for. Away, away, away from you I'll be. Justin, get your shit out of here. I'll do default strategies. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of no ghosts. Let's go Glasgow, let's go Glasgow, let's go Glasgow, let's go Glasgow. Let's go Glasgow. Yeah, yellow card. Leathers knows what's up. There's never bias in my voice. Never ever in life. You can't prove it at all. Used to be alone and not to me. Anything. You have, all you need is the channel points. What's the channel points? Channel points is 8K, and you can time them away. You can time them out for 8K channel points there, Simser. Elyasha Rose going up against James the motherfucking Base. The Game of Thrones battle. Leathers takes a shot save made by Base. Francis has it in the corner. He's quickly board played. Pops out the Trummer. Now back to Francis. Now goes all the way back over to Gustus and now over to Gray. Gray all alone out in front. Backhand shot save made by Base and now goes over to Troll. Troll brings it in the zone. He gets poke check from behind by Rose. Rose goes across to Reed. Reed to Leathers. He gets taken away by Ethics. Vampirico, what's up, buddy? Begin has it. He passes it over to Tremor. Goes over to Francis Check. Over to Ethics. Ethics can't hang on to the puck. Gray steals. He's talking about where's your gloves? Her gloves are there. Takes a shot save made by Base. He's gonna cover. Hughes loses the puck, gets it back, gives it over to Otis. Gets poke check, Otis over to Polly. Polly then gets poke check, now it's Otis over to Hughes. Hughes goes over to Boudreaux, takes a shot, blocker saved by Rose. Otis has it in the corner, passes it back over to Hughes. Hughes down low to Otis, all alone out in front. Rose makes that save and throws it out to Canucks. Canucks lose the puck to Otis. Otis then gets hit in the back by Canucks over to O'Brien. Phil O'Brien cuts the middle, goes over to Tegan and Newton. Newton takes a shot, misses the net just wide. Hughes has it, pass over to Fury. Fury then gets poke check. Phil takes the shot. Another save for Base. As Polly now has it. Can't hang on to the puck. Polly gets it back, and it's kicked to the boards. Jones has it. He gets poke checked, and now it's Hughes. Brings it out of the zone. Hughes dumps it in. They go for a line change. Never mind. Hits the outside of the glass. And we'll have a whistle. Away, away, oh. Now that song's stuck in my head forever. God damn it. One back to Martin. Martin goes over to Solberg. Goes over to Okar, now over to Fury. Fury brings it in, dumps it in. Pass along the boards, right back to Fury. Fury goes out in front, save made by Rose. I don't even know where I got it from. I think I looked at the jersey selection and somebody clicked away and I looked at it and it says away and now it's just there. The one back to Martin. Martin goes over to James. James back to Martin. Martin back to James. James can't get the shot off. Hart the third has it now. Martin gets hit. Carter has it. Board played. Now goes back. Labonte has it. Labonte brings it in. He's all alone. He stops, turns in the corner. He gets board played by 30 people. But he's able to kick it out to Martin. Martin dodges the hit. Passes all the way back to Okar, who takes the shot save made by Rose. Knox has the rebound, and now it's Lindros with it. Tight battle so far as Hall has it. Hall goes over to Hart the third. Hart the third takes a shot. He misses the net. It goes all the way out to Leclerc. Leclerc goes behind his own net and passes over to Martin. Martin to Fury. Fury loses the puck right off the center. Then Hall gets poke checked and they have to regroup. Gustafson now with the puck. He then gets poke checked, but he gets it right back and now he's all alone. Tries the dangle shot, but it's blocked off by Okar. Now goes behind the net right over to Hall. Leclerc steals that one, goes up the boards to Fury. Fury gets it out of his zone and starts up in the Dublin zone. Pass it across to Leclerc. Leclerc then gets stick lifted. It's a race for the puck. And can't be kept in by Solberg. Hall dumps it in and they go for a line change. Martin tip again. McKinn goes over to Fury. Fury goes across to Begin. Begin takes the shot. That one's blocked. Jones has it now. Now goes over to Gustafson. Gustafson gets overtaken by Evix. Evix goes behind his net. Stops, turns, starts up the ice with it. He's board played. Newton has it. Newton gets board played, tries to get around, can't. Evix has it back. He gets it in the zone and dumps it. Can't hang on to the puck. Troll has it, goes over to Evix. Evix then gets poke checked by Rose. Rose brings it in the zone, tries to dangle, frames the check, takes that one away, and goes over to Boudreau. Boudreau to Troll. Troll spins. Long pass over to Efix. Efix dangles, takes the shot, save, rebound. Boudreau puts it in the back of the net. And just like that, Glasgow goes up 1-0. Odette Boudreau getting it done. Efix control. On. Assist.
In the first period.
Jones has after the intercept. Boudreau goes over, and that's how the first period's going to end. Glasgow's going to be leading this one 1-0. Blades, I told you, you have to wait for me to go to work Thursday and Friday and I'll get you, don't worry. Don't worry. Shots are 6-4 in favor of Glasgow. Hits are 4-0 for Dublin. Time attack is 153 to 143 for Dublin. Passing is 97-84 for Glasgow. Face-offs 4-1 for Glasgow. No penalties. Troll brings it up the ice. He takes the shot, save made by Rose. Goes around the boards to Reed. Reed goes over Leathers. Leathers up to Gray. And Gray cuts the middle ice, goes over to Gustafson. Gustafson takes the shot and scores. And we're all tied up. Gustafson putting Dublin on the board. Assisted by Gray and the Leathers.
Goal scored by number 22. Assisted by number 40.
Begin runs into the boards. Leathers has it in the corner, takes a shot. Base makes a save. He throws it out to Begin. Again, loses the puck to Leathers. Leathers then throws it right to Troll. Goes over to Trummer. Gets poke checked by Phil O'Brien. And now it's Reed with it. Reed goes behind his own net and starts up the ice. He passes it over to Leathers. Leathers to Rose. Rose dangles, cuts back to the middle, has all day, but then gets hit from behind. And now it's O'Brien. Goes over Leathers. Leathers gets hit, still has it, tries to pass it out in front to Rose, but that's intercepted off Franchek. Franchek spins away from the Rose check, and now Otis is going up the ice with it. Otis brings it in the zone, cuts to the middle, it's intercepted by Tikkanen, who goes over to Nordstrom. Brian takes a shot, that one's blocked. Now it's Begin. Begin gets it off the puck, and now it's Polly. Polly up. Stops. Turns, gives it over to Hughes right in front, now to Boudreau, who can't turn and shoot. Knocks over to Tikkanen, now to Striker. Nordstrom takes the shot, glove saved by Base, and he's going to cover. Solberg goes over to Jones. Mine are blue Simser. Jones has it. Jacksonville's are pink. Na 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 na. Bakar has it. He gets taken away by Newton. Newton passes it back to Lindros. Lindros back down low to Jones. Jones to Newton. Newton all the way at the blue line. Dangerous. He loses it to Leclerc, but Leclerc can't skate fast enough away. Knox then gives it over to Barzell, who goes back to Knox, who goes over to Newton. Newton over to Jones. Jones stops, gives it over, can't hang on to the puck. It's now Martin. Simser, you have to ban him. You have the power. All you need is AK Twitch points. And you have the power. Knox goes over to Jones. Jones over to Knox. Goes over to Jones, takes a shot. He gets wrecked. Now it's Hall. Hall goes over to Labonte. Labonte to Martin. Now it goes over to Solberg. Solberg over to James. James takes a shot. That one's blocked. Goes into the corner. Reed has it. Reed charging up the ice. Passes it across. Good interception there by Martin. Now it goes over to Reed. Reed out in front. What a sliding save by Base. Now it goes over to Shorzy. Goes over to James. Now it's Knox. Jones has it. Now it's Tikkanen. That goes over to O'Brien. Polly has it. Now he comes in zone. O'Brien with the steal. Damn, Chewy did him dirty. They bring it in the zone. O'Brien has it. Goes out in front of Nordstrom. Nordstrom gets poke check, but it goes right to Knox, and now it's Hughes with the steal. He goes over to Otis. 1 minute to go here in the second. And he gets hit off the puck. It's Knox. Knox goes over to Leathers. Leathers brings it in the zone, goes over to O'Brien. O'Brien into the corner. 10 seconds to go. Rose has it. Rose takes a shot save made by Base. Francis gets poke check, goes right to Evix, and that's how the second period ends. We're all tied up at 1 here.
Hey fans, now is the time to pick up your team calendars. You can pick them up at kiosk 144 on the lower level.
Na 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 na. Shots are 10-7 in favor of Dublin. Hits are 5-4 for Dublin. Time on attack is 4:59 to 2:48 for Dublin. Passing 95 to 88 for Glasgow. Faceoffs are 8-3 for Glasgow. No penalties. This has been a lot closer game than some may have expected. Efix has it. Goes over to Francis. Francis gets wrecked. Then now Gustafson going back the other way. Long pass over to Rose. Rose has a step. Stops and Begin takes it away. Drummer bringing it down. Didn't you go to overtime so far every game this week, Chewy? Gray has it. Gray takes a shot save made by Base. Damn. What are you? You're 1-0-1, right? Yeah, because that's how we called you. You guys lost. You guys lost in OT. That's how we caught you for first place. Gray goes over Leathers. Leathers gets hit. Now it's back to Gray. Gray takes a shot and misses the net just wide. And it goes out of play. No. Tied up. Nordstrom across to O'Brien and they score off the face-off. That's what Chewie wanted earlier, and they got it now. Phil assisted by Nordstrom and Stryker.
Dragon's goal, scored by number 88, assisted by number 33, and by number
Rose is going to make the cover.
Time of the goal, 2 minutes, 51 seconds.
Stryker and Hughes on the draw. Tie up. Reed comes in for it, gives it back to Stryker. Stryker goes all the way across. That's intercepted by Hughes. Hughes goes over to Boudreaux. Boudreaux brings it in the zone. Gets hit off the puck. But Jones is right there for the help. Hughes gets it back. Hughes pass back to Boudreaux. Boudreaux back to Jones. Jones out in front of O'Brien, interception. Jones gets it right back. Down low to Otis. Otis across to Boudreaux. Shot save made by Rose. That would have been a goal if she would have been able to hold it right off the bat. Hey look, Simser's back. I told you 8K Twitch points, Simser. You didn't want to believe me. Stryker wins it back. Goes over to Boudreaux. Boudreaux goes to Polly. Polly goes over to Jones. Jones back to Boudreaux. Takes the shot just wide. Now O'Brien has it. Takes that shot. That's a save made. It's going to be a holding call. It is. Glasgow's going to get a power play opportunity. As he dodges the hit, he might not need the... Oh, what a save. What do you mean by sportsbook? You want to gamble? You want to put $20 on the Dublin line? You want to bet on which team makes 8th place for the playoffs? Bless you, doggo. Bless you, puppy. Francis goes over to Tremor. Tremor back to Francis. He takes a shot down to block. Troll goes over to Evans, who takes a shot. Another save. Now Troll has it back. Goes out in front. Knox takes it. Now goes to Carter, who's able to clear it all the way down. Troll. Yeah, but you have to have the money to even pay that out. And none of us have freaking $40,000 to pay if that actually would ever happen. Solberg goes over to Tremor. Tremor goes over to Troll. FX has it. Spins. Tikkanen steals. Tikkanen's able to clear it all the way down the ice. There's 40 seconds to go on the power play. Tremor goes over to FX. FX takes that shot save made by Rose. Troll has it in the corner. Long pass to Solberg over to FX. FX takes another shot, glove saved by Rose, and Rose is going to cover. One more face-off. Could be a face-off goal here right back. And that's going to clear, and that's going to do it for the power play. Good kill there by Dublin. Otis has it. He passes over to Leclerc. Leclerc to Boudreaux. Boudreaux gets hit from behind, and now O'Brien going back the other way. He takes a shot save made by Base. Now it's out of the zone. Lindros loses it to Fury. Fury has a step. He's going on a breakaway. He takes a shot, glove saved by Rose. Rose is going to cover. Lindros wins. Skates up. Lindros gets it back, goes over to Leathers. Leathers takes a shot, he rings it off the post. And now it's Rose who goes back to Knox. Knox to Gray. Gray gets poke check taken away by Shorzy. Shorzy can't hang on to the puck, goes to Knox. Labonte. Gives up again, begin to Labonte. Labonte trying his best, but Knox takes that one away and goes over to Rose. Rose then loses the puck. Labonte gets it back and ends Lindros with the steal. He gets poke check, goes over to Rose. Rose goes across to Jones. Jones stops, spins back. Then he goes up the ice, turns over to Shorzy. Shorzy then gets stick lifted by Rose. Rose goes over to Barzell. Now it's Rose. Goes across. Barzell rings that one off the post and out of play. Yeah, right now this is 1-7. Yeah, 8 teams make the playoffs. Ow, bitch. One back to Gustafson, over to Reed. Reed back to Gustafson. Gustafson down little. Barzal takes a shot and scores. What a freaking snipe. And that should do it for this one. I know Fulton Reed got one of the assists. I don't know who got the other one. Tikkanen, I think. For Gustafson. Gustafson. Yeah, Gustafson and Reed on the assists. Pass over to Fury. Fury passes over to Leclerc. Leclerc passes it back to nobody.
Time of the goal, 15 minutes, 30 seconds.
Jones has it. He brings it right in the Dublin zone, cuts to the middle, gives it over to Fury. Fury can't hang on to the puck. Reed has it now. Pops out, goes right over to Jones. There's only 2:20 left to go. Need a goal a minute here. Jones loses the puck to the other Jones, and Leclerc gives it over to Polly. Polly dumps it in. Gustafson back for it. He passes over to Jones. Jones gets bumped. Still has it. Then he gets wrecked. And Leclerc going back the other way. He passes across the Trummer. They pull their goalie. Trummer then loses it to O'Brien, who goes back to Gustafson, now over to Reed. Reed long pass over to Jones, who wants the empty net, and he misses it. And Martin has it. He passes it up to Hughes, who gets hit hard. Reed over to O'Brien, who gets hit off the puck. And now it's O'Carr. O'Carr up to Troll. Troll goes across the Trummer, and my controller turned off. Now goes over to Hughes, takes a shot, he gets wrecked, and it's up, still sitting there. Reed goes over to O'Brien. Loses it to Effix, who takes a shot, save made by Rose. Striker has it. Goes over to Nordstrom. Nordstrom then gets poke check, taken away by Trummer. Goes over to Hughes, who goes across to Martin, who goes over to Troll, who goes over to Effix. Effix takes a shot, that one's blocked, and Reed. Effix takes another shot, another save by Rose. 10 seconds to go. Kicks it around the boards to Reed. Reed goes across Hughes with the intercept. Hughes takes a shot, save made by Rose. And that's the game. GG's. Can't score in 1.3 seconds. Ouch, bitch. Tonight was a good night of pros. Stay tuned for the Miners next. Oh, man. Third star was Barzal with the goal. I don't know if that was the game-winning goal or not. I forget. Your second star was Phil O'Brien. And your first star is Bernard Gustafson. 15-17 in shots, 11-7 in hits, 13-10 in face-offs. Only one power play in that entire game. Not a problem, Mr. Leathers. Not a problem. We're gonna be rating one of my buddies that's playing the new game Elden Ring. I've never seen the gameplay in action. I know it's a lot like Dark Souls and I would want to see it played. So I'm going to be rating him. You guys can join me if you want or not, doesn't matter. But it's a buddy I grew up with. Oh, so I'm going to give him some love. Who's Creek? Thanks all. I'll see you on Monday as my next stream. Monday. Catch you all in a bit. Adios, muchachos.